So yeah.
Yeah, I just pulled over here in Denver. Or not even pulled over, just parked in the car. Got a couple officers that called an additional squad, looking for IDs. So basically, we're just having a back and forth right now. Just live streaming this right now. And can I have your names and badge numbers one more time?
Corporal Gottschalk 00038.
Corporal Gottschalk 00038.
Milliner 2379.
Milliner 2379. Do you remember the other guys?
Yepeshin is the name. I don't know his badge.
Bushin.
Officer Yepeshin. He'll have to give you his badge.
So yeah, pulled over, no plates. Basically, they're trying to. They want me to identify. So what's the process? Where are we at now? I mean, you have my side of it.
We're trying to find out the vehicle, if it's stolen, and if you are the registered owner of the car, if you're even supposed to be in that car.
And this is all for public safety, everyone's safety, my safety, your
So you
safety,
won't give
for
us your
injured
name,
parties.
officer. So we're not able to see if you're part of, if you're even supposed to be in that car, if the car's stolen. We don't know any of that right now.
Yeah, you guys don't know anything. You guys got to figure it out. It's all for safety. I mean, I could end up going to jail, get my car towed for obstruction.
We're hoping
But, you know, that'll all be for everyone's safety and everyone. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes around here.
All right.
But you guys are going to focus on me.
primary.
You know, yeah, you know, people are doing fentanyl and fucking who knows what else. But you guys are going to focus on me.
So is there a record on?
No record on
At all?
it at all.
What? Oh, you got the VIN off the side? Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't come up because the title. I mean, I'll give you. You know, the title was transferred from my mom to me, but it's in some sort of middle ground right now where it didn't get like officially registered at the currency exchange or whatever. So it's like, I know when it comes up, it's coming up. It comes up to no vehicle or whatever, right?
Did your mom live here, or where did your mom live?
I mean, I'd rather not give out, answer to it. I mean, I'm giving you guys.
I'm more than happy to take a peek at the title if you're willing to give it to me.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, but that's my thing. I'm not trying to give up.
Oh, my apologies.
Information.
I just thought you said you were willing to show it to me. So
No, I'm just telling you guys, like, because you guys have all these concerns, and you guys got to make sure for safety that. But like this car's been here, there's been no problem, so I don't know. I guess you guys are gonna figure out and try to make an issue or something.
Man,
If you
we're
guys,
not trying to make any issues or a problem. We're trying to identify.
Is that your mother, Sheila O'Shea?
that's my mom.
So why can't you just give us your name? We can clear everything, let you on your merry way, give you a warning to get the vehicle off of public streets, and then leave it at that for the day.
So I'm just live streaming a little bit, just checking this stuff out. But what I don't understand is, like, this is all a freedom for me. This is like my personal journey. So like even you, like, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know how to do like education on the side of the road or like answer your questions like why I do what I do, why I am the person I am, like why you do what you do, why you're the person you are, and how you can't see that by coming up to a man and trying to identify him. Like a piece of plastic doesn't identify me. That's not me. I am me. You're looking at me. The eyes are like the true identification. Like, so this is just how I roll. So why would you think that I would need those things, or why do you think that's better to offer little plastic things and look people up to identify them instead of looking them in their eyes, being a human being with someone? What You know, because that's part of the thing is they want to process that name, that all caps name through the system. Like when you say you identify, oh, I'm that all caps name on a thing. But this seems to be making no sense to you, so I don't know. This is why.
Okay.
But you guys have to deal with this stuff. I feel like daily. Like otherwise, you just deal with slaves that just like as you the words you commit, submit, comply, obey, do whatever you guys say to do. And so that's why you guys get the idea that what you're doing is normal. It's okay. But it's not. And that's why there's people like me that resist and do things. But you seem to not be interested, even though you were.
I'm listening to you, man. I 100% listening. Could tell you everything you just said, actually.
I mean, they ask, but then they just go blank in the face. They really don't care. It's like, but I really am shocked. You don't deal with people that don't ID. You just deal with slaves that just do whatever you guys want all day, every day.
No, we deal with a little bit of everything.
Okay. How long have you been an officer?
Long enough to know my laws and know my rules and.
But you don't want to answer questions, right?
You don't want to answer my questions.
Well, that's the thing. You're a public servant, and you came knocking on my window, right? You got the outfit on, right? You got the guns and everything.
I gave you what you needed to know. My name and badge number.
Right, but you don't want to give anything else, right?
No, sir.
Cool. Because we're just being cool and cordial, right? You guys are just hanging out. All for safety, right?
Protecting and serving.
Protecting and serving, right?
Yes,
yeah, exactly. What do you guys think, chat? Anyone want to hop up on panel? Maybe you could talk to the officer with me again. What's your first name?
Not obligated to give that to you.
You're not obligated, but you are a public servant, right? Did knock on my window, right? She's a sweetheart. I like this lady, but she probably hasn't been on the force that long, maybe a couple years. She's probably a good person, but see, even good people, they still don't know. If they knew better, they would do better. Like they think it's okay to just do this, you know what I mean? Like they couldn't just nod, oh, you're good, okay. Yeah, get your shit handled, keep it going. Nah, we're gonna keep pushing it for everyone's safety.
Dude, it's crazy because if you would have just given me your name, I would have.
See, if I would have just given her name, right? You see what she says? If I'd have just committed if I'd have just done what they wanted, I'd be okay. But if they just do what the Lord wants, maybe they'd be okay. Because I never get leveled down, right? With these interactions with these people, I always level up, right? You guys always got my back. But say, if I would have just complied, if I'd have just done what she wanted, maybe that'd be better for me. Nah, if you would just maybe listen to what I'm saying, maybe it'd be better for you. Maybe, just maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this to people. Maybe you're like security guard for someone you don't even know. You're a security force for an invisible entity. You're working for, you don't know, you might be working for the devil. See, if I'd have just gave her name, she said, this would have gone so much simpler. But why? Why just want to give her the name?
I'm just going to hang out with you for a minute while they have a little.
Your name and badge number again?
Officer Yevshin, 13005.
Do you ever deal with people not IDing and stuff like that?
I deal with all kinds of stuff.
You ever take someone to jail for obstruction for not giving you an ID?
Yeah, that's happened before. But every situation is different. Right?
Do you guys even pull people over in the city? It seems like no one gets pulled over here.
We pull people over. Right now, we're not pulling people over specifically for expired registrations and minor equipment violations. Although we're doing that again right now this week, but they're focusing those efforts more on the highways, I-25 and I-70. But yeah, for actual traffic violations, like moving violations, and no plates. That's not considered like an expired registration for plates that are visible. That's not in the same realm.
You got 15 people watching. Let me see what this chat's saying.
You streaming it?
Yeah, live streaming it.
Okay, cool. What's the name of your channel?
I don't want to
YouTube or something else.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. What crime did you commit? Not commit? I was sitting in a vehicle, so we'll see what these people. in an automobile. Stay calm, speak life, faithful and successful. Communication.
These are the comments.
Yeah, these are the comments.
People are early. You got a lot of subscribers on your channel?
I got a decent amount,
Okay.
but I'm sort of affiliated with some other people that are.
Okay.
You ever come across any auditors in Denver? People that like they'll film in a post office or First Amendment filming rights, stuff like that. Like
all the time.
filming it like courthouses or.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. No Name, we're gonna go with it. I want you to know what we legally are allowed to do, and then I want to proceed with what we're going to. So legally, I'm allowed to ticket this vehicle for not having plates. Legally, I'm allowed to cite you for disobedience of a lawful order because you're failing to give me your name.
To get you out.
Legally, I can remove you from the vehicle and take you to the Identification Bureau to get you identified. If everything checked out, I'd legally have to bring you back. Today, we're gonna avoid all of that. Your biggest thing was you're supposed to be protecting and serving. So our service to you today is going to say, I hope if you need help, you'll reach out and get the help you need, whether it's to get this vehicle on a private property place so we don't have any additional run-ins, to get it plated, whatever the case may be. I hope if you need help that you feel comfortable reaching out. I'm more than happy to provide resources. And today we're gonna serve you by just calling it good as is and leave it alone and hope we don't have any later run-ins. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I am live streaming.
We know the car's not stolen.
Yeah, we know
So
it's not stolen.
That's our biggest issue that we
You were able to
started with
confirm
there,
your mom's
but we
name.
still don't know who you are. But she let you know what we could do. We're just not going.
Right. So you guys do, all three of you, like your energy, like I deal with officers in situations like this and our people do too. Like I mess with your energy. Like even though we might not be connected, like you guys could do things to me. Like even the language, like we could like cause loss, injury, or harm to you, but we're just not going to. That's how it is to me and my people.
It's us enforcing the laws thereof. Yes.
Right, but we as human beings to one another,
Yeah.
like we all come from families, we're all
Right.
brothers and sisters.
Right.
That's the kind of how I looked at it. Like we don't even get along with our own families a lot. So like, we're at the dinner table and we're having a discussion about something. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And you guys are saying we can legally do this, we can legally do that, but we got to get back to the spirit of our gut instincts. It doesn't matter what's on all these papers. There's a dude in his car who's clearly like struggling in life, whatever it is.
We
He's
understand.
sleeping in a car.
We understand.
All this other stuff of what you could do, we could have taken you out the thing, we could have put your fingers in a thing, but we're not going to do that because we're nice people. Like, you know, I understand, I appreciate what you're doing, trust me, but I'm just saying, let's take it to the next level. Like,
What we're telling you is we're just giving you an opportunity to fix your situation.
right,
Okay.
right. But I'm taking it to another level where I'm willing to go all the way with this. I'm willing to go to jail forever. I'm willing to get beaten, killed, just like a lot of great people in life. I know.
None of that would.
But it could. If there was other officers, the way I'm talking to you guys could have easily been an ego and been like, no, hell this. We're taking him out of the car. Get out of the car. We're identifying him. He must have a warrant. This guy's up to something. Trust me, it goes bad. I've been through it. But you guys do seem reasonable. In Denver, they seem reasonable in general. You guys had said you're not going to do anything with this. So it's like, that's fine. But I'm trying to like give a parting word of like, what are we doing as people? Because this it could go bad, dude.
We
It could go
all
back.
realize you're having a hard time. Our big thing was to make sure that you belong with the car, that it's not stolen, which it may be your mom's, maybe you're telling me the truth about that your mom did own the car. That's fine. I'm not saying that's not true. But it is our obligation to make sure that the car isn't stolen and that you are who you say you are when we try to. So just so you know, you should be cooperative in that way. Does that make sense?
But see, we can disagree.
Responsibility that you have.
To submit, comply, and obey. I don't have a responsibility to submit and comply and obey to you guys. I
Okay,
don't. I have an authority to God, and I have an authority to my spirit. Like, so you guys, it doesn't matter what you guys do. Like I said, you guys could take me to jail. I only get better and level up from this stuff. You guys have never hurt me yet. I'm waiting to see when you guys can hurt me. When you guys take me to jail, when you guys try to do something to hurt me. It never works. You guys never teach me a lesson. You guys are never going to come up to my car and say, and then later on be like, okay, I'm going to give you the ID this time because I went to jail that time. I'm telling you guys, man. And this ain't just about me and my dirty ass in this car. I'm speaking the truth that's beyond me in this fucking car and my goofy presentation. Shit could go weird in this country. We all know there's something weird going on in this country right now. This shit's getting weird. I look at these streets, look at all the weird shit going on around here, and you guys are here talking to me. There's fucking there's drug addict people just everywhere. I'm not saying you should even do nothing with them. I'm just saying, like, we see where this country is going, and this, if it goes bad, it's going bad for you guys too. And you guys are going to have a reputation of like.
Do you understand though that like for the people that live around here and they see this car, it's a concern to them too? Does that make sense?
I understand that. This is a nice area. I was wondering when I was going to have a face-to-face with y'all. And so, but it is motivation to get my battery going, to get the car mobile,
And we even have
to give these
resources
people a
to
little.
help you if you want. We have clinicians.
Yeah, but I can help you too, bro. You don't understand. You
Okay.
guys think it's a one way. I'm on this live stream. Look at these comments, dude. This ain't bullshit that we're on. It's a two-way street. I have resources that I can help you too. We have resources to help you, officers.
Well, our work here is done. There's no more need for
The good
any of
work.
us
The
to
good work isn't gonna
play
end.
word gymnastics anymore.
Word gymnastics. That's what it is. This isn't life. I didn't risk going to jail. I didn't just put it all on the line to not identify. So this is all just games and word gymnastics. This isn't life and like my life.
All right. Well, I hope you have a better day. Reach out if you need anything.
You guys got cards? You got a phone number?
You hold this.
Yeah, I got you. Seriously, guys. What are we gonna do if it all goes bad in this world?
Goes bad all the time. We're doing just fine, my man.
So you guys don't need. See, that's the thing. There's an
we deal with
arrogance.
going bad.
Huh?
We deal with stuff going bad.
That's what we
my
take
friend.
an oath to do,
There you
to
go.
handle when everything goes bad.
Yeah, but you guys aren't the one. It's gonna go bad for you guys, to where they're not gonna be looking out for you
It's not
guys.
gonna go bad. I've been doing this for 28 years.
What if the supply chain fucks up at the grocery store and there's a
It goes
supply
bad
chain
for
of food?
everybody.
Yeah, but why not get on it now? Why not start securing a piece of land, start gardening, start getting away from these big
I'm on
cities?
All right. You have a better day, sir.
Have a good day.
You have a good one, man.
Hey, you guys reach out if you need anything, all right? I hope things work out
If
for
you
you guys
don't
too.
mind, can you just take your shoes and put them inside the car if possible, please?
And you got a copy.
And then, yeah.
All right,
Have
guys.
a good day.
I hope you guys have a better one. If you guys need anything. Ah, fuck it. I was telling them if they need anything to reach out. I got resources for them. You know, they could have took me to jail. They could have done all these things to me. But, you know, they're going to be nice people. And they're not going to take me to jail. They're not going to force me to identify. You know, we got the people around here are kind of freaked out about the car. You know, I got their name. I got all their cards, though. You got, what the fuck does this say? Safisha? Whatever the fuck, 1305. Gotcha. His name's Gottschalk. Their names are always A. Milliner. Wow, that guy really wrote it nice. Gottschalk. You see this Gottschalk one? Gottschalk. What else we got here? Steph Fishing. What the fuck does that say? I don't know, guys. What's up, Michelle? Someone's trying to come up. Julian, what's up, buddy?
Dude, what a fucking, that was an awesome interaction. Just wow. Like, I've never watched people just so efficiently flip a situation. They clearly are thinking they're in the power position, as it were, right? Just to watch, once they realized how flipped that game actually was, dude, kudos, Ryan. Kudos.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I could tell, like, my adrenaline and, like, because I was wondering when I was going to have an interaction. So it's like I'm nervous, right? But it's okay to be nervous as long as because that's what courage is, right? When you go past it. So, yeah, they got me nervous. They got me thinking something. But it's like, but then when I talk to them, it's like the truth, dude, because it's like, when am I going to get hurt? When are they going to hurt me? When are they going to teach me a lesson? You know what I mean? Like, because that's what they're saying. Like, even at the end right there, they're like, yeah, well, we hope you have a better day. We're gonna give you a break. And it's like, no, you're not giving me no break. You're getting a break from the creator. Like, you can't hurt me. You can't help me. You can't offer me resources. You can't hurt me by taking me to jail. Sorry, man. I'm trying to find something. Trying to find my charger cord.
No, you're good. Like, yeah, ultimately, I think they're the ones who are going to have a life-changing lesson, at least presented to them today. You know what I mean? That's fucking. They came up just thinking it was another slave. Identify as soon as somebody in a costume says, "Hey, give me your fucking papers you're supposed to carry around." You know, I think they're going to reflect on that later and be like, "What the fuck just happened?" They have no choice but to do that. So, damn, that was awesome. Hope all has been well. Where the fuck is everybody else, like, coming up here? Come on. Shit is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I just been in my own shit. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's weird. Like, I had this awesome interaction where I was like going around doing street people shit, me and Paul, and then, dude, I don't know. It's like I celebrated it that night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna celebrate. You know, I'm gonna have a beer. I don't even really drink, but then sometimes I'll have a beer. It's like I'll have a beer. I'm gonna celebrate like this awesome day of streaming with me and Paul making great content. And then next thing you know, I'm like smoking weed again, dude. It's like, dude, it's like I can't let myself fucking succeed or something, bro. I have to figure out how to break this cycle, dude. It's like something goes well and I have to fuck it up, dude. I have to, like, it's like a worthiness, dude. I'm not worthy of, like, keep going, dude. You're making great content. Like, you don't have to smoke the weed. Just keep going, dude. Just like, but something tells me like, nah, you don't deserve it, dude. Fuck that. Isolate. Fuck up. And this is fucked up. This is what people have to deal with, like, with this community we're trying to build, with relationships, bro. Imagine you're in a relationship with a girl and everything's great, and then all of a sudden she just like shuts down. Or like you're in a community with people and everything's going great with the community, and all of a sudden someone just starts isolating. They just shut down. It's like, so I don't even know if I want to be talking about this shit, dude. If I should just work on this shit behind the scenes, but I don't know. I'm just kind of talking out loud where I've been the last few weeks. Like, so I don't know. Maybe these cops were like, it's a good thing to wake me up, shake me out of this fucking thing. Because I couldn't seem to get back online, dude. I've just been smoking weed, slacking on work in like the last couple of weeks. I don't know if that's making any sense.
That's making tons of sense. I'm resonating with that in my own personal life, with a lot of the relationships I already have cultivated, and how apparent it's become to me that when you're a part of a community, if you go to self-sabotaging, suddenly you're now sabotaging the community by sabotaging yourself, right? Because the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And it doesn't mean people don't deserve their time to step back. I guess you can call it isolate, but, you know, get into their private world and really try to figure out what it is they need to change to benefit them and those in their community the most, if that makes sense. But yeah, afraid to succeed and afraid to fail. Isn't that how Paul put it plenty of times? Success scares the shit out of me. Like, I think that's been one thing I can relate to, on, like, I get nervous to fucking have more responsibility, or like consequences. So I don't necessarily have the answers on how to get out of that, but I'm assuming it starts with stop being a bitch ass slave and stand up, do some things like you just did. And I think slowly over time, you might be surprised at the outcome. You know what I mean? You can move a mountain by one stone at a time.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because it's like almost being like a parent, dude. It's like if you're a parent, but you got these psychological issues where it's like you're gonna isolate from the child. You're gonna, like, you're basically gonna be a bad parent in one way or another. You're either gonna be neglectful or something. But it's like that's what I have to realize with my personality, bro. It's like, how could I ever get close to anyone? How could I ever have relationships if this is my pattern of just like you know, like blasting on into their life. Oh, everything's great. And then just completely ghosting, dude. And just like pulling out of the situation for whatever reason, dude. It's just like, and then how many people are going to put up with that? How many times can you do that with someone? And then you just keep getting older and older and more lonely, bro. It's like, I'm just trying to understand. It's like I'm looking at myself objectively in these patterns, bro. It's like almost like creating a spreadsheet. It's like, this is what you do, dude. Every single time, this is what you do. You'll get success. You'll stop. So it's like I'm trying to figure out, how can I ever be part of people's lives, part of community, in a relationship, if these are my patterns, bro. It's like, how could you ever be a good parent? How could you ever? Because that's what a lot of this comes down to, is being parents to society, right? Like Paul talks about, like being a daddy. Like even with these officers, dude, I have to be like a parent right there. Well, we're gonna smile, and yeah, you're not doing what we want, but yeah, okay. Even though you're a little child and you want your little candy and your little sucker, even though you're being sweet, doesn't mean you get to have it before bed. And you gotta, but you know, it's like, I feel like I'm rambling, going all over the place, dude. But I think Julian understands what I'm saying a little bit.
I wish I could language it out, but you're kind of just speaking on things that I also struggle with. So it's like the answers for that. But I think the fact that those are the questions being asked and those are the aspects of your life being addressed, that immediately advances you towards that position you want to find yourself in, breaking those patterns that you've maybe held for your entire life, or maybe just keeping parts of the patterns that are beneficial, but tweaking it in a way that's beneficial for both you and those around you, whether they're relationships, whether they're friends, whether they're potential children, societal children. You know what I mean? So I think the fact that you're asking those questions is a huge step in the correct direction, I would assume.
Yeah, because I've been talking to my mom a little bit here and there, and I've been trying to figure out like how this stuff happens, how people in our family, how she is the way she is. And I sort of been pinpointing it to now, it's like, I thought it was my grandmother, but I think it's my grandfather. Like, even though, let's say, he provided, his family like had like what they needed in terms of, even though it might not have been a lot, they had what they needed, right? In terms of food, say, or stuff like that. But then it's coming out like through conversation with her, he might have been selfish. Like they were saying, there was some widow lady in the community, and my grandmother baked her some bread, and my grandfather got upset, like, why are you wasting our resources, or something like that. Like and my mom sort of remembers it, like, oh, he was being selfish, he was being kind of a dick like that. Like he was a good person to his family, but maybe he was selfish. So I'm trying to relate that to where am I selfish? Like, you know what I mean? With the isolating, where can I be better? Even though, I work and I could provide for myself, but there's forms of selfishness, dude, to where it's like keeping your light under a bushel, like not bringing it out to the world. It's all this fear shit, dude. And it's crazy when it's juxtaposed to like moments of where I break out of that, where I'm on the street, I'm calling people slaves, I'm mixing it up, I'm trying to have these conversations, I'm getting in dude's car, we're networking, we're in the mix, dude, we're in it, we're in life, to where you just pull back from life, and you withhold your love and your presence from people, dude, and then you're like, and then that snowballs like one day after another. All right, I'll come back tomorrow. I can come back tomorrow. Oh, I'm doing worse. I don't want to come back, and it's not. Now I'm too embarrassed to come back. But then the cops forced me to come back, dude. I wasn't going to go online today. I was going to go on pause. I was going to do the same thing I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. But like, so there's a blessing that kind of snapped me out of it. They got me streaming. They got me talking.
Yeah, oftentimes they come like those big fucking wrecking ball situations, right? Not the ones you're anticipating, not the ones you're planning on or anything. They just fucking boom, and there you are. I am so fucking confused okay, a little bit of an update on my situation, sorry. I've been driving around with traveling around with no plates for quite a while, I was anticipating the crabs in the bucket type situation a little bit, where it's like, yeah, I'm expecting the slaves around me to be all, oh, you really just ought to put plates on it or whatever. But I have had zero fucking interaction with any policy enforcement. They pulled up behind me multiple fucking times. It's clear as day. I don't have tinted windows. I don't do anything. Am I just fucking white bread? Maybe? I guess. I don't know. But the most repercussions I faced from it is the slave job I have right now won't let me park on their property. So I have to park down the block every day when I go to work and then walk into work, which is fine. I'm fine with it. But what the fuck is up with policy enforcement not even being the ones having to enforce this policy anymore? I don't know. I was going to go somewhere with that. I'm sorry. I get so fucking heated by it because I did nothing. I've harmed nobody. I've not tried to be in everybody's face with it. And yet it's just like, so it takes one bad day for somebody and they want to ruin it for every other person when, you know, we're all just trying to do our best, get along here. Well, not all of us trying to do our best, I guess. Sorry, I did not mean to derail it like that.
No, you're good, man. You're touching on some things that I've been thinking about, because it's like, that's why I was bringing up to them about the security. Who are they security for? Like it's this. They're bodyguards for like a mysterious force, dude. It's like, and it's like they got the people working for them. They got the people like saying, like you're saying, you're not even getting pulled over. It's the people like at your work. Oh, you can't park your vehicle here. It doesn't have the things. And that's the perfect slave, is when they do the work for the invisible entity that I'm talking about. When they do the work, it's like they're working for Satan, bro. They're agents. Cause like, and that's the thing, dude. Like, if you were to get pulled over, because I think you're probably going to either be live streaming or at the very least video recording it and put it online at some point. So we all would love to see that, dude, especially because there's people like you, people like Virgil, like these really pure, innocent type, seemingly people who just like clearly don't cause loss, injury, harm. They're just hardworking, good people. When we start getting films of you guys getting arrested, you guys getting fucked with, like, it just adds to this thing that we're doing, where I'm doing it, you're doing it, Virgil's doing it, we're inspiring other people to do it, other people want to do it. So yeah, the points you're making are things that I think about, dude. Like how does this work? Like what made them think? That's why I was trying to like talk to them, like, because they seemed reasonable, right? They left me alone, but I try to tell them, like, but sometimes they don't want to hear it, right? But it's like, whatever, you say it anyways, or you stand up for it anyways, dude. Like, so yeah, dude, it's like they probably ain't fucking with you, dude, because you're too explosive of a person to fuck with, dude. You start getting videos of you getting fucked with, dude, just a good, hardworking dude. They don't want that shit, bro. So they're probably protecting themselves by not fucking with you, dude. They instinctively see, like, fuck, dude, I don't want to fuck with whatever situation that is, dude. They probably instinctively know that, dude, it's gonna go south for them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that feeling that there's more eyes on this community, non-munity, right? Than are always led on. Not all the eyes that are watching are also going to be mouths that are speaking. But I don't know. It's just such a fucking world to be in. And I really wish more people around me, because everybody in this smaller town that I find myself in, they're like, oh, well, it's because you're here that you're not getting pulled over. I'm like, okay, but you're missing the point. Like, I'm catching shit every single day from just people like you, just average everyday people. And therefore, part of me just feels like policy enforcement doesn't even feel the need to do it, because they know that everybody else is just going to be hounding you 10 times more. So I think it's kind of a mix. They're paying attention to being like, yeah, we'll have to get involved with certain types of people, sure. But then they're already like, we're already so fucking it's so ingrained, that mentality, into these fucking people, that we hardly have to do anything anyway. So yeah, it's fun to experience.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch is trying to say, "Oh, we're gonna fix them," but dude, it's like the big giant family thing, dude. It's like, how do you fix a family member that's going rogue or is having issues, or as a community, how do we deal with issues? And most of it is through example, right? Like, this is how I move, this is how we move. Can you keep up with, or can we motivate and inspire you, right? Like, by me just talking to those cops the way I did, I'm not like looking to in that moment, really, I'm looking to stand on my square and just do what I got to do for me. But then in the process, if I'm, because that's what I want to do, I want to shake them up. Be like, look, how are you not having these conversations daily? That's what surprises me. That's what this. It's like, holy fuck, there's a lot of slavery. Like, this is so weird to you that I don't want to give you an ID. This is so weird that it sounds like she called it verbal gymnastics or something. And that really irks me when they say that. No, this is the real deal conversation. Whatever you guys are doing all day, I don't know what you guys are doing all day for weeks and weeks and months, where this is an abnormal situation that I should just submit and comply to you guys and hand over IDs. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it goes bad for them, I'm trying to tell them, dude, like, I'm the fucking, that crazy voice in the wilderness that's actually speaking truth. I'm like, dude, guys, if it goes bad, like, these uniforms do nothing for you. I'm like, what happens if there's a supply chain with food at the store? Oh, we're all fucked. I'm on it. Like, they got all the answers, bro. They have all the answers. It's like a belligerent teenager.
Yeah, they're the perfect profile type to enforce policy. That's for sure, right? Why wouldn't you just identify? Well, you're walking up to me. Well, I'm not obligated to give you my first name, she says at one point. What are you talking about? You're the agent who walked up to me. Like, keep in mind, I didn't come seeking you out. I did nothing to get your attention. Therefore, I'm not obligated to give you anything. You know what I mean? I do want Mitch to come up if he's available and talk about like that Talcottian point, because I can see how, you know, if we just start saying kumbaya to everybody, you know, oh, brother or sister, no matter what, well, then we don't do very well to stand against the ones who are willing to do evil in this world or don't care enough not to do evil. You know what I'm saying? You have to draw a line there, obviously. But I still think all being part of the same creation to one extent or another, that all we can do is try to provide that example. You know what I mean? That's die trying. But the example is like what will have the opportunity to shine through well after you, me, fucking Brian, anybody else are here. You know what I mean? If somebody decides to see that example and not fall in line with it or try to improve upon it, that's their choice, and you know, that's free will, I guess. But I don't know. I think the best we can do is try to be better examples and being and doing better in everyday walks of life, including helping these seemingly teenage children in cop costumes advance to their next level, get them to the next level so they realize why they should care about what it is they're doing and not just pretend that they have the authority, you know? But I can definitely see why it would easily go into too heavy Talcottian territory where you're just delusionally loving everybody, even those who are about to like slit your throat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy when I walk around these cities and I do like the man on the street thing, and it's like, it seems like, oh, he's being mean to these people. No, it's like, I'm just motivation. I'm talking to myself like, oh, if I go, oh, you're a slave and this and this and this, you're not doing this. It's like people have so much potential, but they all just go along. Like, that's the thing, dude. That's why it's the greatest slavery thing, because they got other slaves fucking you know, policing the other slaves. Like, oh, you can't do that. That's against the rules, and blah blah blah. And it's like, that's what through our little efforts, we're trying to like snap people out of this fucking mass delusion that they're in, dude. This mass psychosis.
You know, what I've noticed is the people who need the most help are often the ones positioning themselves to help others.
Right. Right. Well, so if you say like that's what I'm doing, but that's not, dude. I was just minding my business, and now I'm on a live stream, and I just so happen that I potentially could have helped those officers, and I potentially could help other people online, and maybe potentially help myself. It's like, it's not like I created a live stream. I'm going to help people with the laws and not IDing and dealing with cops, and we're going to drive around and find some cops. No, the cops found me. A situation was created. They got me out of my funk. Huh?
Did you help them?
I think I did with my demeanor. Like, even if it's like
how did you help?
It's just through my sheer civil disobedience, bro. Because it's like, if I'd have just handed them things, they would think the more. Because when you're involved in bullshit, bro. If you're involved in bullshit and people are going along with the bullshit, that makes you think the bullshit's okay. But when people resist the bullshit, whether or not you think it's like cool for them to resist or not, like the resistance is there, which is good.
Word salad, man. It wouldn't take this much explanation if it was objectively true.
Let me just hop onto my fucking my phone. I'm gonna try to hop onto my laptop right here, but dude, the thing of it is, it's like I just clearly explained it, bro. I didn't come on the stream today to help officers. They interacted with me, and I in turn ended up helping them out to answer your question. Yes, through my sheer, even if it's like through not like my verbal game to convince them.
Brian, what did you do?
By showing them what it looks like to be free by not handing them IDs and thinking I have to submit and comply.
That's not what they think of you. That's not what they think of you. They think that you're pathetic. They think that you're pathetic, and they don't want to fucking be the one to make your life even harder. Okay.
In the grand reality of the situation, I wasn't pathetic. I was courageous.
They didn't feel inspired by you. They felt pity for you.
And that doesn't matter. In the grand Akashic records, through the grand fucking
the Akashic records, right? Yeah. In the end, you're saving the world from fucking evil.
I'm saving myself. No. I'm doing this for me, and it just so happens to help to like work out for others.
You're not saving yourself. You're fucking borderline killing yourself. Okay, you're just talking about being depressed and isolating, and and now you're fucking put in the position to fucking add to the Akashic records and save the world.
I was a little depressed, and I was a little isolating, but that doesn't mean that people get to come up.
Shit is, dude.
What?
You're not in touch with reality, Brian. I just
guys,
and then you guys are just enabling each other.
Hold on. Drew, put your camera on. Is that Drew? Who's Drew? Someone's gonna porn bomb me. Drew, put your camera on. Is that Mr. Let's see. Is this Chalk Body Outline?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro? I can't wait until those cops drag you the fuck out and blast your ass, dude. Fucking hey. I watched that shit. That shit was so weak, fam. Get a job, get a life.
What that you would have done something different by handing them IDs?
Like, I wouldn't be fucking living in a car full of fucking piss bottles and $10 to my name. First of all, I wouldn't be down that bad.
Yeah, but so
how is that freedom when you're fucking chained to a car with fucking $10 as far as you can go with fucking 3 gallons of gas?
There's a man with like piss bottles around him who still is more of a man. When people come up demanding like to take your rights and freedom, I still stood up in that situation. You guys are like, no, I would have handed him IDs. I would have just bitched out.
I wouldn't be in the situation to begin with. The situation wouldn't occur to me because I wouldn't be in the fucking situation. So what happens when these cops let you go and then you go fucking drive away and kill someone and there's a recorded interaction of it, and then the whole fucking city is on the hook for the precinct is on the hook for the $1 million lawsuit, and all the taxpayers got to pay for that? Fuck the taxpayer, right?
That's the thing. It's like this thing's always a big giant weapon. It's a 4,000 missile, and it could explode and kill people, and you don't have insurance. Like, these are conversations, bro, where it's like, I happen to think that travel could be way different. And I think if one person dies in a year, I think there should be 0 deaths from travel. But that's a whole different conversation, dude. Like, the fact that you're defending that you think I should have handed them IDs, that you can't give me any.
I never once said you should have handed them an ID. Shut the fuck up. I never said that.
So you're like, but you said I can't wait till you get shot. I can't wait till they
Well,
pull
I
you out
can't
of the
wait
car.
until
You
they
get
pull you
arrested.
out and blast your ass. That'll be a good stream finally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What they could have
that's
done
what's
that if
gonna
I had the
happen
wrong
eventually.
officers. I just happen to have some reasonable people with some soul left in them. If I had some egomaniacs, it could easily have gone bad. Like that one time, they said, "What are you doing with your hands?" I could have got smoked on stream that one time.
Absolutely.
What are you doing with your hands? Don't move your hands.
Yeah, these people, you're
That's
not
what you guys want.
you're not changing their mind about anything though. You're not helping them or helping them to come to any
Dude, it's
realization.
about my journey anyways. I'll be right back.
Dude.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I gotta fix this. Be right back.
Well, anyway, Mitch. Now, I definitely agree. I don't think he's just like changing their lives immediately, right? It's not like, oh my God, you come across Brian O'Shea and it's just suddenly a 360 on everything you've ever known.
These
But-
people aren't so completely unaware, like as that you think they are. I mean,
Oh yeah, no,
So,
I
we
don't
gotta-
think they're unaware.
right. So, I mean, what's the point there? This is like the gateway to them serving
have you-
God instead of the devil.
Do you have much experience in gardening at all? And I'm not asking that to be like, oh, gotcha. I'm just
A little
asking,
bit.
like,
But what's
Okay,
the
so-
point? I mean, let's just
so hold on,
get
you
real.
have
I got a lot
experience.
of life experiences. I'm 37 years old. man.
Brian, you're going nuts. Okay.
My bad.
But
That was me
Mitch,
switching over.
you're good. All I'm trying to say is like, no matter what seed you plant, it has a period of time where
I don't need
seemingly
these like
nothing is
beautiful
happening.
analogies, man. Like,
I'm not trying to make it beautiful. I'm just trying. I'm sorry. I'll try to make it shorter and more concise to the point. I just mean it's going to have a time where it appears nothing is happening before even something sprouts through the top layer of soil. No, right? So you don't
Yeah.
know if every single seed you plant is going to take. Even that's
okay,
not
so
100%
apply that logic
guaranteed.
to yourself. You don't know that you're helping them. You don't know that you're planting seeds
But
in
I
their
know I'm
minds.
putting seeds. I know I'm
No,
putting seeds.
you
It doesn't matter.
don't. You
Yes, I
don't.
do.
If the soil, if you're fucking planting seeds in rock
Fertile
hard
soil,
clay, if you're planting
But
seeds in rock hard fucking clay, then what good does it do? You know what I'm saying? You're just wasting the seeds, right? They're gonna go wash off to somewhere else. And
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
can
So
agree
you
with that.
got to plant the seeds in some sort of fertile soil, to have any
All right,
sort
Mitchell,
of chance of it
Mitchell.
growing.
you're right. So when you go, sorry.
I was gonna say,
So
Mitchell,
I'm telling
like the way
you-
you have resentment, the way you tell these people, "Fuck their mothers," I'm gonna fuck your sister, fuck your mother. Like, why are you coming up
I
with a
don't
negative?
tell
Like,
these
you didn't talk
people.
about the
I don't
outlines.
tell these people. I tell certain people when
Well,
they
keep
want to
in mind,
fucking
Mitchell,
break the
they
law.
came up to him.
When they want to fucking break the law or whatever, that's where it can potentially escalate to. Okay, right?
Brian did
And that
not
I guarantee
those-
planted
wow.
way more of a fucking seed in that guy's mind than you did in those cops today. Because I
Mitchell,
guarantee you that guy will never
Brian-
fuck with me again. But
okay,
Mitchell,
Brian
no,
never.
Mitchell.
never
I
went up to
guarantee you those cops are gonna go fuck around. You gotta, if you're gonna play power games here, you ask for my fucking opinion, you ask for my perspective, you continuously
Yeah, but Mitchell,
you
you're
fucking
freaking
mute
the
me.
fuck
You
out.
guys are fucking both little bitches, and you want to rub each other's backs and tell each other how fucking wonderful each other.
Mitchell, you're freaking the fuck out. See, this is the spirit, dude. This is the same spirit of the cops thinking they know. Now Mitchell's gonna run from the back because he couldn't fucking
Bro,
chalk body
this
outline
is
running
what
from
I
the
mean.
back. Bro, this is why this shit's so great, bro. I could feel bad about myself, and then the cops could come up and remind me, nah, bro, you still got it. You could be sad, you could be self-sabotaging, you could be like preventing yourself from getting the next number, but now we're gonna help you get there, bro. We're gonna come knock on your shit. We're gonna say, hey man, come on, get into life. You got this, bro. You don't have to sabotage and put your light under a bushel. Like, you could keep live streaming, bro. Even like show us the good and the bad. Like, and then Mitchell's gonna come up. You can't convince these people. Chalk body. I can't wait till you get killed. It's like this is the thing, bro. It's not about the cops. It's about the Mitchells, the chalk bodies. Why are people around us in our communities How do they not just see this interaction and go, oh, that was cool, Brian. You like, you know, you were willing to go to jail, even though they didn't seem too interested in taking you to jail. You know, you stood on your thing, like you stood on your understanding. You did not want to give them a thing, come hell or high water. They sensed that, even though, you know, it seemed like they didn't resonate with what you were saying, or you weren't able to be articulate and convince them, like, to join your movement now. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit being a cop right now. I'm gonna take the plates off my car and wait, what's the name of that stream? All right, yeah, let's I'm gonna get some land. Like, is that how quick it is? Is that how quick anyone's understanding is when we change? And I think you were itching, you've been to say something, Jewel.
Sorry, I wanted to say it because I feel like, Mitch, I apologize if I cut you off just as much, but I feel like once you start going, you you have that trait where you just want to keep going. It's a good trait in certain sense. But Brian, did you seek out those police officers? Did you walk up to them and then start streaming, or did they walk up to you?
Right,
I'm
exactly.
I'm assuming, but they walked up to you, right, Mitch? So he was kind of presented with an opportunity where you could argue those cops are the most fertile soil for those seeds, because they went in with a certain idea on how something was going to play out. They had an already preconceived notion of how things were going to play out. Just another fucking slave. He's going to ID. We're going to take this car and maybe even take him to jail. What the fuck ever, right? Complete 180 of that, and it just got flipped on its head. That might be the most fertile of soil for a seed to make its way in and be like, hey, remember that time when just average old Joe turned out to be not just average old Joe? You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't get to choose in this metaphorical planting of seeds, what is the most fertile soil. Sometimes it's going to be fucking thrown in your face and you're going to have no choice but you have nothing else but you can plant seeds. Hopefully, you have nothing else to worry about. And then, yeah, I think it does play out to those fucking demons, like whoever the fuck just came up. Like, can you imagine being such a pathetic fucking loser? Oh, I can't wait till they fucking shoot you. Bitch, you're going to get your wish and then way more than you're asking for. Just remember that. Like, people lost in that mentality, you're going to get what you're wanting and way fucking more, in my opinion. Right? But yeah, Mitch, I'm not trying to like fight with you or just argue with you, but if you can't see that they're in some of the like most lost people, some of the darkest places are the best places to plant some seeds. So I don't know. Didn't mean to ramble. Just, damn.
No, I think it was just, I had the perfect cops right there, dude, because they had the mentality that I should be giving them IDs, that if I would just only submit, comply, and obey, it would go a lot easier for me. But at the same time, they had enough spirit still in them, or left enough lack of ego to where they could go have a powwow and be like, hey, look, all right. I don't know how they found out. I don't know if they ran the VIN. He was able to come up with the previous owner of the car, my mom. But whatever. So they were able to just walk away from the situation without having to be deep in their ego, knowing that they're being live streamed and being like, hey, look, because they're like, legally we could do this, but we're not going to do that, which kind of irked me at the end, right? They're like, look, hey, we could fucking legally, we could like punch you in the face, slap you around, like give you a wedgie, like pull your underwear over your head, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to walk away. You know what I mean? And they couldn't put two and two together that they're like not doing me any favors. Like if I only get better and level up, because that's what I'm trying to tell them. Like you just maybe did me a disservice. If I only level up and get better by you guys like following through and arresting me and shit, then like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, either I'm going to be neutral or get better from this situation. I don't get worse. You guys get worse. And the whole planting of seeds, like the gardening, that's why I love the metaphors. It's like, oh, we got to get back to the land. We got to get property. But then in some weird way, I'm like doing that. Like I'm gardening. I'm planting seeds. Like through these conversations. It's so weird the way the world works like that. Okay, now what's the piece of property? Like, oh, I got to be on a piece of land. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just like the land, my body, the temple of my body. Okay, now I need to have a piece of land. Well, the whole earth is kind of ours. Where's this like titles and ownership? Like if you're working the land, you kind of get ownership through God. Like if no one's fucking on the piece of land. So like no one was in this space of like talking about how to move in the world. And we created all this. We created the community through this whole little interaction. We had the land, we had the property, we had the community, we had the gardening. You understand what I'm saying? Like everything that we talk about, like can be a metaphor. We could have it all in the situation. Even though I wasn't planning on it, dude. I didn't plan on doing any of this today, dude. I was in my head feeling bad. Paul texted me, come on up, give us an update. Well, the cops kind of helped me out, I guess, because I wasn't about to go online or text people back, dude. I'm in fucking isolation mode.
Yeah,
And
I
we
mean,
can get-
again, it's sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, it's about like you can stay stuck in those fucking isolation modes if that's ultimately what you want, but you have to find something to try to break that if it's not serving you. I mean, I think personally sometimes it's good to isolate, and I don't mean to have a negative like connotation of that word. I just mean to take time for yourself, get right with your fucking self, know where it is that you're wanting to get to or needing to get to, even better, right? And then taking the necessary steps to get there. But just, I don't know, every time you find yourself in one of those fucking isolation modes, try to remember what it's like when those cops just fucking roll up on you and blow up the fucking energy that you may have just been dwelling in or willingly sitting in, right? Try to see if there's a way you can mimic that for yourself. And that way you can become your own source of fuel to get your ass going out of those fucking slumps. It's the hardest fucking part, but I know it can be done. You know, depends on the person, what you're willing to do. But I do actually have to jump off the stream for a bit, Ryan. But thanks again for sharing that with us. And the haters, go fuck yourselves. Mitch, thanks for bringing some good points. I'd like to talk to you more about it because I think you bring a lot of good value to a lot of conversations. Just calm down. We'll get the fucking, we'll get our points across and we'll have some comprehension. Anyway, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, appreciate it, Julian. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like we have the interaction and then you get people who are just like, oh my God, how dare you think you could teach them? I can't wait for you to get killed on the side of the road. It's like they freak out. It's like, what are you freaking out about? You're like, that's the thing. I don't know what Mitchell's freaking out about. Like, you didn't teach them shit. You didn't do. Well, that's not really, that's like a byproduct. Like it starts with me, like doing what I do. And as a byproduct, like potentially it's inspiration and motivation. Like what, I don't know what's going on in those people's head, but it's got to be better than the fact that, I don't know, dude. I think it has to be healthy that they deal with someone like me because I'm trying to find something. Because I get shocked that this isn't just like, oh, we got one of them. We got one of those. Because with all the videos we watch of people interacting with police, I just think that the police just deal with this all day. You know what I mean? So it's like everyone has their own version of reality that they're living in. Like that little pretty cute black cop, right? That female. She had tats too, right? She's all tatted up, but she seemed like a sweet, like she did seem like a sweetheart. Even though, but then those ones, they're gonna end up putting the cuffs on me and stuff. I don't know if her partner, like, we're just here. We have resources for you. We have resources for you. And maybe I have the resource too. You know what I mean? That's a weird thing. We could help you out. Oh, maybe I could help you. That's the weirdest thing. And then we got all the neighbors. Now everyone's like listening around, and like someone called. They've been trying to get rid of my ass because my car's been parked there for a minute. You get these nice areas, but Denver just doesn't do shit. So that's my first interaction in a minute. And they sent out 3 little sweethearts who are just myth. Like, we could do this to you, we could do that, but here's what we're gonna do. Okay. Yeah, you could have done that. Like, I'm supposed to be like, oh, thank you so much for not doing that. No, I called him right out on it. No. You guys could have caused me loss, injury, harm, but you're not going to. Oh, thank you so much. Who do I fucking thank for that, right? Dude, that's why, dude, it's like not so much about these other people, bro. It's like my own internal struggles. I can't even get out of isolation. I need them tapping on the window to get me on a live stream, bro. It's like I have to thank them, dude. That's why I say when I was locked up in jail, I'm like, dude, I'm way better off in here. The last time I was there, I'm like, I'm exercising every day. I'm not smoking weed. I'm fucking reading law shit. I'm working with the people in the jail, the other prisoners, like talking. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm thriving in here. Whereas outside, I'm like isolated in the car, feeling bad, not getting on stream. It's so weird, dude. Mitchell, oh, how are you going to help them? You're not helping them. You didn't change shit. So what? Like, what is the angle? Oh, you weren't a great teacher. It's like, what is the ultimate outcome? Like, they're going to be like, oh yeah, you're right, Brian. Here's our badges. Just throw their badges in my car. Like, what is the ultimate outcome that these people are looking for with these interactions? I feel like I just happen to have some people that were fucking not crazily in their ego and just like, get out of the car, hands on in the first 2 seconds. Yeah, camper van, these things don't, yeah. Speaking of TaskRabbit, the jobs haven't been coming in. I don't know. It's 9:11 a.m., guys. Let me turn the TaskRabbit on. Let's try to get some jobs coming in. Oh man, yeah, things are just weird, dude. But it's so weird, dude. How sometimes you could be a bad parent and just like not, and you could just like isolate. And that's one thing I notice about myself, bro. If I'm not gonna be a good community member, I'm not gonna be a good like partner in a relationship, like a companion, whatever, a romantic relationship. Like, I'm not gonna be good as a parent. Like, sometimes like people aren't like overtly bad, they're just like, they just shut down. They're just like not around, which is a weird thing, dude. It's like a weird war within myself. This shutting down thing, like you can't expand, you can't open up, you have to be closed. Such a fucking strange, because there's cruelty in that too, right? You'd be like, oh, this is a very cruel person. But if you have like a friend or associate who just like pulls away from you, dude, just like basically like an abandonment, it's like, and then that's causing loss, injury, or harm, right? It's like you have people in your life, and then you just, without warning, you're just gone. And it's like a pattern that happens over and over, so no one can really get close to you. Because when that keeps happening to them, now they're gonna close off. They're not gonna want to get close to you again. So it's like bigger than these police, dude. It's bigger than this little interaction and me trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna help you guys, or you guys are gonna help me, and you got resources for me, and I got resources for you, and you need to get us ID. No, I don't need it. Like, it's bigger than all that, dude. The gardening, the land, the property, all this stuff is it's all happening whether or not you want. Like, whether or not you're on a physical piece of land and doing the gardening, that's why there's metaphors and parables for this life, dude. Like, it's all happening anyways, like regardless. And if it's all going smooth, off the piece of land, like it's like you're gardening, you got like your temple, your body, everything's good, you got community. Then when you actually get to a piece of land and an actual community, like it's already sort of made. It's like things are made metaphysically before physically. Or they're all happening simultaneously, right? It's like a hologram, like the physical and the spiritual, they're connected, right? Yeah, because you could be on a piece of land and if cops are coming up and you're fucking just doing whatever they say, and you're still not free. But if you're in a situation like this where you're like standing up for yourself, planting seeds, you're doing things like it's fucking weird the way this world works, man. I was gonna try to twist one up like a fucking retard. Should I pull up the interaction? I don't even know what happened with those people. Let me go to my channel and try to pull up. Let's see. Second. All right, so it's me streaming me. My goofy at. So where's the true identification? Like, so this is just how I roll. So you, why would you think that I would need those things, or why do you think that's better to offer little plastic things and look people up to identify them instead of looking them in their eyes, being a human being with someone? Because that's part of the thing is they want to process that name, that all caps name through the system. Like when you say you identify, oh, I'm that all caps name on a thing. This was going just completely over her head, dude. This part right here, it's probably going over my head. I don't even know what the fuck I'm fucking half saying, but like, you can just tell when their eyes gloss over, they have no clue. It's like we get like, we're on our own little world, like in these little bubbles of online where it's like this language kind of is understandable to people in our little community, but to her, I might as well be speaking like fucking Russian or something, dude. You can just see their eyes just completely glaze over. But this seems to be making no sense to you, so I don't know. This is why. Okay. But you guys have to deal with this stuff, I feel like, daily. Like, this seems to be making no sense to you. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. You sounded like a complete lunatic, and I don't really give a fuck. Some fentanyl looking fucking bum. Yeah, we just deal with you guys all the time. She's a sweetheart, though, but she's all tatted up, dude. She don't give a fuck what I'm saying. She's like, I could do this. We could tow your car. We could take you to jail. We could take you to a different location, identify you, and bring you back. But we're not going to do that today because we're nice people. It's like, what? Otherwise, you just deal with slaves that just like, the words you commit, submit, comply, obey, do whatever you guys say to do. And so that's why you guys get the idea that what you're doing is normal. It's okay. But it's not. And that's why there's people like me that resist and do things. But you seem to not be interested, even though you were. I'm listening to you, man. I 100% listening. I like this lady. I would make love to this lady. I'm listening, man. I don't get, you just sound kind of crazy though. I mean, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I mean, I hear the words coming out of your mouth. I don't really give a fuck though. You sound like some sovereign citizen, crazy motherfucker. Long-haired old white man. But wait, man, where? I could tell you everything you just said, actually. I mean, they ask, but then they just go blank in the face. They really don't care. It's like, but I really am shocked. You don't deal with people that don't ID. You just deal with slaves that just do whatever you guys want all day, every day. No, we deal with a little bit of everything. Okay. How long have you been an officer? Long enough to know my laws and know my rules and. But you don't want to answer questions, right? You don't want to answer my questions. Well, that's the thing. You're a public servant, and you came knocking on my window, right? You got the outfit on, right? You got the guns and everything. I gave you what you needed to know. My name and badge number. Right, but you don't want to give anything else, right?
No, sir.
Cool. Because we're just being cool and cordial, right? You guys are just hanging out. All for safety, right?
Protecting and serving.
Protecting and serving, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why she.
What do you guys think, chat? Anyone want to hop up on panel? Maybe you could talk.
That's why she came back with that later. So you said like, oh, you didn't teach them nothing, but she came back later. She goes, you're not gonna, you know how you said earlier about protecting and serve. Well, she goes, I'm gonna protect and serve you. So you guys, like, I could take you here. I could take you out of the car. We could force you to do IDs. We could tow your car, but I'm not gonna do any of that because I'm gonna protect. See, you got it. I could tell it got in her head a little bit. I'm not saying how much or what she's been thinking about, but the fact that she brought it up later, she goes, you know how you said earlier about protecting and serving? Well, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to walk away from this situation. We're not going to drag you out and do other. So there's something there, right? There's something to that.
Talk to the officer with me again. What's your first name?
Not obligated to give that to you.
You're not obligated, but you are a public servant, right? Did knock on my window, right? She's a sweetheart. I like this lady, but she probably hasn't been on the force that long, maybe a couple years. She's probably a good person, but see, even good people, they still don't know. If they knew better, they would do better. Like they think it's okay to just do this, you know what I mean? Like they couldn't just nod, oh, you're good, okay. Yeah, get your shit handled, keep it going. Now we're gonna keep pushing it for everyone's safety.
Dude, it's crazy because if you would have just given me your name, I would have.
See, if I would have just given her name, right? You see what she says? If I'd have just committed, if I'd have just done what they.
See, dude, it's crazy. See, I like this. I like her personality. I could vibe with this lady outside of the uniform. Oh, I'm a completely different person outside of the uniform. Well, hey, sugar, why don't you tell me that? Like the other guy. Why don't you go, hey, Brian, I'm a completely different woman outside of this uniform. Hey, dude. Hey, man. However she's saying it. Hey, man, I'm completely different. I'm a freak. I'm a fucking animal. But, dude, I just don't understand. If you'd have just gave me your name, if you'd have just bitched up and been a little slave, you know, maybe I wouldn't have subconscious little feelings wanting to fuck you. But now, since you're kind of being a man, I'm, you know, subconsciously, you're getting my juices flowing a little bit, boy. We just slave people up all day. But I just can't seem to understand why. Why would you make it difficult?
They wanted, I'd be okay. But if they just do what the Lord wants, maybe they'd be okay. Because I never get leveled down, right? With these interactions with these people, always leveled up, right? You guys always got my back. But say, if I would have just complied, if I'd have just done what she wanted, maybe that'd be better for me. Now, if you would just maybe listen to what I'm saying, maybe it'd be better for you. Maybe, just maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this to people. Maybe you're like security guard for someone you don't even know. You're a security force for an invisible entity. You're working for, you don't know, you might be working for the devil.
Yeah, I'm saying this. I started thinking I was sounding crazy, but I think there's truth to it. Because they literally are the security force, the security guards for whatever we call the elite and everything. And it's like, but it's like we could start using them as our invisible security force. Like I want to start using them. They're my now you're my security team. Like I want to actually hire them. Like if you get enough money, you could hire actual cops like off duty to be your security team, right? Which I think would be helpful when on-duty cops come up to you and you're like, oh, I got off-duty officers as part of my security team. Because that's basically all they are. They're rent-a-cops for corporations, right? But they and a lot of other people don't really realize that. Because they're basically just security guards for these elites, for these moronic elites. So I just like, I don't know, I was just throwing ideas out there, but this is all just, she's like, dude, if you would have just gave me your name, we would have just been on our way. She don't understand. Right, what she...
See, if I'd have just gave her name, she said, this would have gone so much simpler. But why? Why just want to give her the name?
I'm just going to hang out with you for a minute while they
Your name and badge number again?
Officer Yepshin, 1300.
Do you ever deal with people not
This guy seemed chill. All three of them seemed chill. Like the main guy, he was a corporal or whatever. He seemed very chill, but the fact, just because they're chill and just because I could fuck with them on a certain level, it's also disheartening when I could see the good person or see the chill person, but then there's like, but they have these beliefs like, nope, I could legally do this to you, I could legally do that. Like they still just can't connect the dots, which I guess is why I'm there, to kind of like put it on record, right? To let them know, like, hey man, no, I see that you guys are confused. If you knew better, you would do better. You think you're doing the right thing, but you're not. That's why I'm standing here willing to go to jail, willing to get beaten, whatever the fuck happens, I'm willing to go all the way. Like basically for you, like together, we could do this together. Like that's what a parent does, like with the child. The parent doesn't let the child just eat sugar all day and do dangerous situations. No, I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to watch over you. I'm going to provide, like, so that's what I have to do for them. Like, no, this is what a man looks like. This is what a fatherly instinct looks like. Like I stand up for shit. You know, I don't just go along to get along and use fear. Oh, I'm going to lose my car. I'm going to go to jail. Well, what does it matter? He fucking sleeps in his car. He doesn't even have a nice car. What does it matter if O'Shea loses all his shit? But you guys do it then. If it's so easy to go to jail and lose your shit, you know, oh, you ain't got nothing to lose. That's why it's easy for, oh, you get to go have a place to sleep when you go to jail. Nah, it's still an exercise. It's still like a muscle that you have to like develop when you're interacting with these people, to not just to resist that fear of like, oh fuck, I'm about to go to jail, I'm about to get my shit towed. To stand on your square and be like, nah, I'm not giving ID, and this is why. Like, dude, if you would have just, you're being uncooperative. That's what they're saying. You're being uncooperative. If you would just cooperate, we wouldn't have to do all this shit to you. It's like, no, dude.
ID and stuff like that?
I deal with all kinds of stuff.
You ever take someone to jail for obstruction for not giving you an ID?
Yeah, that's happened. But every situation is different. Right?
Do you guys even pull people over in the city? It seems like no one gets pulled over here.
We pull people over. Right now, we're not pulling people over specifically for expired registrations and minor equipment violations. Although we're doing that again right now this week, but they're focusing those efforts more on the highways, I-25 and I-70. But yeah, for actual traffic violations, like moving violations, and no plates. That's not considered like an expired registration for plates that are visible. That's not in the same realm.
You got 15 people watching. Let me see what this chat's saying.
You streaming it?
Yeah, live streaming it.
Okay, cool. What's the name of your channel?
I don't want to.
YouTube or something else?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
If I gave him the name of the channel,
What crime did you commit, not commit? Well, I was sitting in a vehicle, so we'll see what these people in an automobile. Stay calm, speak life, faithful and successful. Communication.
I'm reading your
These are
comments.
the comments.
Yeah, these are the comments.
People are early.
He's like, people are up
Got a lot
early.
of subscribers on your channel.
I got a decent amount,
Okay.
but I'm sort of affiliated with some other.
So you start live streaming. I wonder if the fact that I was on the live streaming like affected their decision there at the end not to fucking go all the way with me and arrest me and tow the car and shit. Because we don't know if you have a warrant. We don't know if this car is stolen. We don't know if you're allowed to be sitting in it. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck you are up to. Like, I don't know what the fuck I don't know a lot about life either, dude, but who gives a fuck? There's been no loss, injury, harm. There's been no fucking public safety issue. You came knocking on my shit, but we don't know if you're allowed to be here. We don't know if it's stolen. We don't know if you have warrants. I don't know if the earth's flat or fucking round. I don't know. It's like, you don't know a lot, dude. There's a lot of mysteries of life. I don't know how we breathe in the ambient in the fucking womb. How do babies breathe in the womb and stay alive? Dude, yeah, I don't know, dude. You have a lot of questions. I don't know if you have warrants. I don't know if there's flat. I don't know if my wife's cheating on me. I don't know if I'm a man or not. I don't know, dude. You got a lot of questions, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can help you out with all your questions today, dude. I'll do my best.
People that are.
Okay.
You ever come across any auditors in Denver? People that like they'll film in a post office or First Amendment filming rights, stuff like that. Like
all the time.
filming at like courthouses or.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. No Name, we're gonna go with it. I want you to know what we legally are allowed.
My little sweetheart. I love this little booger. Mr. No Name, we're gonna go with it. I would have relations with you. Too bad she's all vaxxed up. She's a little cutie. All right, Mr. No Name, we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna have sex with you tonight, even though I don't know your name, Mr. No Name. We're gonna go with it anyways. I'm gonna start taking off my clothes right here, and we're just gonna blow you on the side of the road, sir. Give you a little hand job on your way. I'm just gonna go with it, Mr. No Name. I would like to have your name. You bought me a drink and everything, but you know, me and my partner here, I'm gonna give you the hand job. He's gonna watch, and we're gonna let you on your way. And we're gonna be of service right now. We're gonna service you. Looks like you're kind of lonely in that vehicle. I'm gonna put my hand on your chest, and then I'm gonna put my hand down your pants, and I'm gonna masturbate. I love my little officer.
To do, and then I want to proceed with what we're going to. So legally, I'm allowed.
Here's what I don't want to give you a hand job, but you know what? As a form of service, you look a little lonely and dirty. I'm gonna put my gloves on, and I'm gonna give you a little hand job. That's what's gonna happen.
To ticket this vehicle for not having plates. Legally, I'm allowed to cite you for disobedience.
Legally, I'm allowed to drag your stinky, goofy, bearded, smelly piss. I smell piss. I'm allowed to just fucking spray you down with disinfectant and mace. I'm allowed to do all that. I'm allowed to strip search you, do a cavity search. I can do whatever the fuck I want to you right now, boy. You understand me? But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to blindfold you. I'm not going to handcuff you to the bed. Strip you. I'm not going to do that.
A lawful order because you're failing to give me your name.
To get you out.
Legally, I can remove you from the vehicle and take you to the Identification Bureau to get you identified if everything checked out.
Identification Bureau? What the fuck is that? What kind of world are we living in? Identification Bureau? Does that not sound fucking... What the fuck is that, dude? Identification Bureau? Fucking USSR? The fuck is that, dude? China? We're gonna take you down to the Identification Bureau. It's a whole fucking building.
I'd legally have to bring you back. Today, we're gonna avoid all of that. Your biggest thing was you're supposed to be protecting and serving. So our service to you today is going to say, I hope if you need help, you'll reach out and get the help you need, whether it's to get.
Your biggest thing was calling us out on protecting and serving and calling us accountable. That was your biggest thing. So, you know, since you brought it up and you got me thinking a little bit, because a lot of people don't have me thinking because they don't stand up for the rights. But you know what? You actually kind of got me thinking on a human level. You know, on a little bit of a female level. You know, I ain't even gonna lie about it. You know, you got my juices flowing a little bit, even though you're weird and old and white. I don't even know why. You don't even smell that good. But for some reason, I am a little attracted to you. And so I am going to give you a courtesy of letting you go. I'm going to hand you my business card as well. And I hope to hear from you. And we could go to dinner.
This vehicle on a private property place, so we don't have any additional run-ins to get it plated, whatever the case may be.
She's trying to sound smart too. She don't know what she's talking about either. Me and her both sound retarded. The plates thing, the thing, Investigation Bureau. I don't think she knows what she's talking about either.
I hope if you need help, that you feel comfortable reaching out.
Yeah, I need help. I need to sleep at your place. Need to make out with you, make some babies. You were able to cook? You got any food at your place? What about weed? You into weed? You confiscate some weed? I don't know what kind of help you talking about, sweetheart.
I'm more than happy to provide resources. And today we're gonna serve you.
I'm more happy. My cousin Pookie's got some good weed. I smell it. Seems like you look some weed. I got my cousin Sharika. She's got this bad body. I'm here to be of service to you. My mom makes real good chicken. We're gonna have a cookout this weekend. So I'm gonna hand you my business card, and yeah, anything you need, resources, you need a place to stay. I got you, sugar. I got you.
By just calling it good as is and leave it alone and hope we don't have any later run-ins.
So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna kind of get away from you because you're live streaming and you're making me a little nervous. This isn't just a typical someone just going along and compliant. So you're just doing something different, which is making me a little nervous. I'd rather just keep my job. I'm a tatted up young black woman. I'm making $120,000 a year. I don't really want to fuck that up with your piss breath ass. So yeah, we're just going to call it quits because I don't really do shit all day, every day anyways. And you're offering resistance, which is weird. So yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I am live streaming.
We know the car's not stolen.
Yeah, we know
So
it's not stolen.
That's our biggest issue that we
You were able to
started with
confirm
there,
your mom's
but we
name.
still don't know who you are. But she let you know what we could do. We're just not going.
Right. So you guys do, all three of you, like your energy, like
we're letting you know what we could do to you. We could fuck your shit up, boy. But we're not going to. We could do a lot of shit to you. But you know what? We're just not going to. We're going to cut you a break, boy.
I deal with officers in situations like this, and our people do too. Like I mess with your energy. Like even though we might not be connected, like you guys could do things to me. Like even the language, like we could like cause loss, injury, and harm to you, but we're just not going to. That's how it is to me and my people.
It's us enforcing the laws thereof. Yes.
Right, but we as human beings to one another,
Yeah.
like we all come from families, we're all
Right.
brothers and sisters.
Right.
That's the kind of how I looked at it. Like we don't even get along with our own families a lot. So like, we're at the dinner table and we're having a discussion about something. That's how I look at it. And you guys are saying we can legally do this, we can legally do that, but we got to get back to the spirit of our gut instincts. It doesn't matter what's on all these papers. There's a dude in this car who's clearly like struggling in life, whatever it is. He's sleeping in the car.
We understand.
All this other stuff of what you could do, we could have taken you out the thing, we could have put your fingers in the thing, but we're not going to do that because we're nice people. Like, I understand, I appreciate what you're doing, trust me, but I'm just saying, let's take it to the next level. Like,
What we're telling you is we're just giving you an opportunity to fix your situation.
right,
Okay.
right. But I'm taking it to another level where I'm willing to go all the way with this. I'm willing to go to jail forever. I'm willing to get beaten, killed, just like a lot of great people in life. I know.
None of that would.
But it could. If there was other officers, the way I'm talking to you guys could have easily been an ego and been like, no, hell this. We're taking him out of the car. Get out of the car. We're identifying him. He must have a warrant. This guy's up to something. Trust me, it goes bad. I've been through it. But you guys do seem reasonable. In Denver, they seem reasonable in general. You guys had said you're not going to do anything with this. So it's like, that's fine. But I'm trying to like give a parting word of like, what are we doing as people? Because it could go bad, dude.
We all realize you're having a hard time. Our big thing was to make sure that you belong with the car, that it's not stolen, which it may be your mom's, maybe you're telling me the truth about that your mom did own the car. That's fine. I'm not.
See, maybe you're telling me the truth. We just want, see, a lot of times it's like I'm over there rambling, bambling, and it's like does nothing. I guess that's why you're practicing your rap, like Paul says, right? You're practicing because eventually you want to move the court, right? That's a court situation. It's court on the side of the road, right? And I don't have to talk to them at all, right? But I'm like, it's like a lovingness on my part. It's like I want I don't have to say anything, right? I don't have to have a certain demeanor. I can just stick to my own, but it's like, no, I want us all to level up. So it's like, Yeah, what he just said right there. But I forgot what did he just say?
I'm saying that's not true. Our big thing was
Oh,
to
yeah.
make
I'm not saying it's a lie about, your mom. You could have a warrant. They do this thing. I'm not saying you're lying. Dude, I didn't have to tell you anything about the car, my mom, because I did tell him, oh, yeah, it was my mom's. But I didn't have to tell him anything. Oh, you could be lying. You're not. It could be stolen. You could have warrants. We got to figure all this out, We can't just like talk to you and realize you're. Am I making any fucking sense?
make sure that you belong with the car, that it's not stolen, which it may be your mom's, maybe you're telling me the truth about that your mom did own the car. That's fine. I'm not saying that's not true. But it is our obligation to make sure that the car isn't stolen and that you are who you say you are when we try to. So just so you know, you should be cooperative in that way. Does that make sense?
I never said who I was. And see how he's saying you should be cooperative. See, he's trying to father me, but then sometimes the children has to become the father, right? This guy's trying to son me. He's trying to be a dad. Oh, you have to be cooperative in that way. But he's wrong. He doesn't know what he's saying. And he's got a woman next to him. Like he's supervising her. Got another guy right here. It's his supervisor. And they're trying to son me, right? Trying to give me some good game. You have to be cooperative. No, apparently I don't, because I wasn't cooperative and you guys are walking away.
See, we
That's a
can disagree.
responsibility that you have.
To submit, comply, and obey. I don't have a responsibility
You
to submit and comply and obey to you guys. I
Okay,
don't. I have an authority to God, and I have an authority to my spirit. Like, so you guys, it doesn't matter what you guys do. Like I said, you guys could take me to jail. I only get better and level up from this stuff. You guys have never hurt me yet. I'm waiting to see when you guys can hurt me. When you guys take me to jail, when you guys try to do something to hurt me, it never works. You guys never teach me a lesson. You guys are never going to come up to my car and say, and then later on be like, okay, I'm going to give you the ID this time because I went to jail that time. I'm telling you guys, man. And this ain't just about me and my dirty ass in this car. I'm speaking the truth that's beyond me in this fucking car and my goofy presentation. Shit could go weird in this country. We all know there's something weird going on in this country right now. This shit's getting weird. I look at these streets, look at all the weird shit going on around here, and you guys are here talking to me. There's fucking there's drug addict people just everywhere. I'm not saying you should even do nothing with them. I'm just saying, like, we see where this country is going, and this, if it goes bad, it's going bad for you guys too. And you guys are going to have a reputation of like.
Do you understand though that like for the people that live around here and they see this car, it's
I don't even know. See, I wasn't being very articulate right there, but they just don't even care. You can tell by the response. Like, I'll go off. I'll think I'm saying something halfway, something or other. And then they're just like, their response is just like, dude, I have no clue what you're talking about. You sound like a psychopath. There's people around here that are scared. See, there's people around here who called on you, and we're just here to fucking, people don't feel safe. When I could be the best thing for this stupid fucking neighborhood, despite the fact, like, who else in this neighborhood is going to talk like this, act like this, stand up, be willing to go to jail? All these people living in all these apartments and all these nice fancy things. Maybe I'm the one that they need. They need to hear this. They need to see this. Little old goofy, dirty me. Maybe I'm good for the community. What do I do that's bad for the community? I sleep in the car. I smoke weed. I do the streaming. I do jobs around town, and I try to practice freedom. How am I a detriment to the community? We got people here freaked out. You're in your car. I'm better for the community than you guys. You're being weak. You're teaching this woman to be weak, and I'm teaching you guys not to. In my own bizarre, befuddled way.
it's a concern to them. Does that make sense?
I understand that. This is a nice area. I was wondering when I was going to have a face-to-face with y'all.
Hey, Janet Brown. Janet's a family member. Hey, Janet. Yeah, Janet reminds me that, there are some family members that could be cool and that could, because Janet, we got my crazy family, Janet. O'Shea means savior or deliverer, Janet. Me and Janet were like the same age. We were little teenagers. I think we had a crush on each other. Janet, you should have attacked me. You should have jumped on me as a teenager. You should have took me by the hand and just took me into a bedroom, had your way with me. I was too much of a bitch to make the move on you. No, it's good to see Janet down there. What was her comment? All vaxxed up, yeah. I like that little cop, but I'm sure she's all vaxxed up. Yeah, too bad she's all vaxxed up. She's a little cutie pie. See, I could give her some good game, be the pimp daddy. She's like, okay, Mr. No Name. She's my little cop.
And so, but it is motivation to get my battery going, to get the car mobile.
And we even have
To give these
resources
people a
to
little-
help you if you want. We have clinicians.
Yeah, but I can help you too, bro. You don't understand. You
Okay.
guys think it's a one way. I'm on this live stream. Look at these comments. Dude, this ain't bullshit that we're on. It's a two-way street. I have resources that I can help you too. We have resources to help you officers.
Well, our work here is done. There's no more need for
The good
any of
work.
us
The
to
good work isn't gonna
play
end.
word gymnastics. anymore.
Word gymnastics. That's what it is.
Our work here is done. I start bringing up the great work of the Bible. And then she starts saying it's word gymnastics. That's what rights and freedom and being willing to go to jail. It's all just games and word gymnastics, right, sweetheart? I'm sure you deal with your boyfriend, you deal with a real man. What's your relationship, right, with the man in your life? When you're dealing with me, you're gonna call it word gymnastics. How's it word gymnastics? When I'm putting everything on the line to show you guys what freedom looks like, and you're gonna call it word gymnastics.
This isn't life.
am
I didn't
asking
risk
you-
going to jail. I didn't just put it all on the line to not identify. So this is all just games and word gymnastics. This isn't life and like my life.
All right. Well, I hope you have a better day. Reach out if you need anything.
You guys got cards? You got a phone number?
See, that's reach out if you need anything. I like this little vixen. I think she put her cell number on there. If you ain't vaxxed up, I might reach out to her, dude. I like this lady. She's tatted up too. Like, why are these cops always tatted up? And these female little sweetheart black chicks.
You hold this.
Yeah, I got you.
She got her arms all tatted up. They're sweethearts. They're giving ID.
Seriously, guys. What are we gonna do if it all goes bad in this world?
Goes bad all the time. We're doing just fine, my man.
So you guys don't need. See, that's the thing. There's an arrogance.
Goes bad all the time. We're doing fine. We're doing just fine, my man. We got all the answers. You know, we got resources for you. You know, this ain't a two-way street. You know, you see these stupid costumes we got on. You know, it goes bad all the time. We got everything we need. We don't need shit from you, boy. Your dirty piss smelling car. We don't need shit from you. Which, all right, that's a good point. It's a fair point. Look at you, boy, and your piss smelling mobile. What the fuck are we gonna get from you? All right, fair point. But still, you guys know what I'm saying.
Going bad.
Huh?
We deal with stuff going bad.
That's what we
My
take
friend.
an oath to do,
There you
to handle when everything.
See, things are going bad. That's what we took an oath to do, is to make it go bad. You see the language? You see that Freudian slip right there? Things go bad all the time. Yeah, we took an oath to make it go bad, which is probably the truth. That's probably a Freudian slip of truth. We took an oath to fucking slave y'all up, to fucking, you know, thin blue line. You ever hear of the thin blue line? Yeah. We're here to fucking, if you don't submit, comply, and obey, we're here to teach you a fucking lesson.
goes bad.
Yeah, but you guys aren't the one. It's gonna go bad for you guys, to where they're not gonna be looking out for you
It's
guys.
gonna go bad. I've been doing this for 28 years.
What if the supply chain fucks up at the grocery store and there's a
it goes
supply
bad for
chain of food?
everybody.
Yeah, but why not get on it now? Why not start securing a piece of land, start gardening, start getting away from these big
I'm on
cities?
All right. You have a better day, sir.
Have a good day.
Have a good one, man.
Hey, you guys reach out if you need anything, all right? I hope things work out
If
for
you
you guys
don't
too.
mind, can you just take your shoes and put them inside the car if possible, please?
You got a copy.
And then, yeah.
All right,
Have
guys.
a good day.
I hope you guys have a better one. If you guys need anything.
Yeah, I was getting caught up. I was getting what the fuck happened? I was getting what the fuck?
Ah, fuck it. I was telling them if they need anything to reach out. I got resources for them. You know, they could have took me to jail. They could have.
Yeah, no, that's why I flipped the script. Hey, if you need anything, if you need resources, like, see how the mentality, like most things in life are a mentality, right? It's like when you walk in, when Slavin starts doing his thing, or whatever that fucking that newest guy, the bow tie judge, when he starts doing his thing with those people and he starts, do you understand me? It's all about like how you react, right? It's about your mentality. Like that dude could tell, you know, it's like Patrice O'Neal was saying, before someone robs you, they're going to do a couple things. They're going to bump into you. They're going to step on your shoe. They're going to see how you react. So it's like these guys, dude. If you need anything, you know, we're the authority. It's like, no, dude, the mentality is no. I have the resources for you. I have what you need. I'm your daddy. Making any sense? I don't know what I'm talking.
They've done all these things to me, but you know they're gonna be nice people, and they're not gonna take me to jail. They're not gonna force me to identify. You know, we got the people around here are kind of freaked out about the car. You know, I got their name. I got all their cards though. You got, what the fuck does this say? Safisha, whatever the fuck, 1305. Gottschalk. Gotcha. His name's Gottschalk. Their names are always A. Milliner. Wow, that guy really wrote it nice. Gottschalk. You see this?
Gottschalk. It's a God shot, shock and awe. God shot, shock. Got Officer Lawcock. We got Ego 867. We got Shock and Awe. Well, here, listen here, Mr. No Name, if that's who you're going to be. Okay, No Name. All right, we'll just leave it at that. You know, we could do all this shit. We could take you to the fucking, what was it called? Fucking Identification Bureau. What the fuck is that, dude? What a creepy sounding organization. The Identification Bureau. Imagine it sounds like a place you go to and never leave. Oh, they took Brian to the Identification Bureau. What a communistic fucking sounding thing. Identification Bureau. What in the fuck? Let's run this back to be. I don't even know what happened in the beginning here.
Basically, they're trying to. They want me to identify. So what's the process? Where we at now? I mean, you have my side of it.
We're trying to find out the vehicle, if it's stolen, and if you are the registered owner of the car, if you're even supposed to be in that car.
See, they come up. Oh, we're just trying to. Hey, everything good? See, I didn't even have to open that door, but I was caught off guard. The door's already open. I'm having window issues and battery issues, so I have the door cracked. Because this window, my driver's side window, don't even go down. I was having electrical issues and shit. Trying to fix it. Couldn't figure it out. So now the window's just permanently up. So then we're just trying to make sure make sure you don't have warrants. We're trying to make sure this car's not stolen. But luckily, these people don't really have egos and they're reasonable. Like, I got the right officers, but you get the wrong officers. You get someone with an ego who just doesn't give a fuck. The second you don't want ID, you see these videos we watch every day. The second you don't want ID, they go hands on. Oh, I got this cocksucker. I'm about to take him to jail. Hear the one guy talking to his friend. Oh, that's great.
And this is all.
And then you got all the neighbors around. Oh my God, the cop's great. They're finally dealing with him. That guy in his car. Oh wait, they left and nothing happened. And now he's yelling about it on live stream.
All for public safety, everyone's safety, my safety, your
Yes, you won't
safety,
give
for
us your
injured
name,
parties.
officer. So we're not able to see if you're part of, if you're even supposed to be in that car, if the car's stolen. We don't know any of that right now.
Yeah, you guys don't know
They don't know anything. They need information. I gotta help them out. They're so confused and scared. And they need help and identifiers, and they can't just walk up to a situation and figure it out. They gotta run numbers and go to computers, punch things in. They can't just like look in someone's eye and talk to people and figure things out. And like, well, you don't even know if you're supposed to, if this is a thing that like you're in it. I mean, but I don't know. Is it yours? I don't know. We don't know, dude. I don't know. Do you got a big cock, small cock? Are you good? Are you able to make out well? I don't know, dude. I mean, what are you packing down there in your pants? What is that, a gun, a bag of weed? We don't know, dude. We're scared. Well, what do I know about you, officer? What are you doing? I mean, you got guns. You know, what you guys got in your car? What are you doing? Can I smell you a little bit? Oh my God, you guys smell a little weird. We don't know what's going on, dude. I don't know. Should I punch your name in the computers? This is what we do when humans interact. We just start punching names in the computers and looking for information instead of like sights, sense, touch, smell, brain. We just don't use any of that anymore. It's the all caps matrix system. And I was like, no, we don't deal with each other as humans. No, we gotta punch it into the system, silly. And then they'll tell us what to do with you as a human being. We don't know. We're scared.
Funny thing, you guys got to figure it out. It's all for safety. I mean, I could end up going to jail, get my car towed for obstruction. But you know, that'll all be for everyone's safety and everyone. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes around here. But you guys are gonna focus on me.
Primary.
You know, yeah, you know, people are doing fentanyl and fucking who knows what else. But you guys are gonna focus on me.
So is there a record on?
No record
At
on
all?
it at all.
What? Oh, you got the VIN off the side? Yeah, that's what I was saying. It doesn't come up because the title. I mean, I'll give you. You know, the title was transferred from my mom to me, but it's in some sort of middle ground right now where it didn't get like officially registered at the currency exchange or whatever. So it's like, I know when it comes up, it comes up to no vehicle or whatever, right?
Did your mom live here, or where did your mom live?
I mean, I'd rather not give out, answer to it. I mean, I'm giving you guys.
I'm more than happy to take a peek at the title if you're willing to give it.
I'm more than happy to, just keep taking your rights. And like, if you want to submit, comply, and obey and be a little bitch, I'm more than happy to work with you on that. Because that's, my boyfriends, my father, my brothers, like they all submit, comply, and obey, and they're more than happy to do it. So, and I have sex with my boyfriend and he's more than happy to be a bitch. So if you want to follow that.
To me.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, but that's my thing. I'm not trying to give up.
Oh, my apologies.
Information.
I just thought you said you were willing to show it to me. So
No, I'm just telling you guys, like, because you guys have all these concerns, and you guys got to make sure for safety that. But like this car's been here, there's been no problem, so I don't know. I guess you guys are gonna figure out and try to make an issue or something.
Man,
If you
we're
guys,
not trying to make any issues or a problem. We're trying to identify.
Yeah, we don't want any problems or anything. We're just trying to force you to, identify, like hand over fucking papers, dude, like fascism Germany. Like that's all we're trying to do.
Is that your mother, Sheila O'Shea?
that's my mom.
The crazy thing is, I might have a warrant out here in Inglewood or whatever. I don't know. Might have dodged a bullet, but most of the time it's not why I'm not giving IDs, but it's like, okay, if there was a warrant, but see, they didn't get my name, but they got my mom's name. They got information on the plates, and I could very easily have a warrant right down the block, but not today, lady. Not today. Sweetheart, what's her name? She didn't give me her first name.
So why can't you just give us your name?
See what she's doing? Why can't you just see? This is a female. She is legitimately confused. This is why these people could be at least teachable. She's like, okay, you know how you said protect and serve earlier? All right, I'm actually gonna do my job today. I'm not gonna haul your ass out. But why? She's genuinely befuddled. Why would you be willing to risk all this? She's genuinely befuddled, right? And now I have to try to explain to her. It's like, this is the thing. This is the education, how to be a man, what a man looks like on the side of the road. I'm not obligated to answer this question, right? But I could try to. Like, why would you want to be a man right now? Why wouldn't you just be a bitch like everyone else? We're confused.
Clear everything, let you on your merry way, give you a warning to get the vehicle off of public streets, and then leave it at that for the day.
So I'm just live streaming a little bit, just checking this stuff out. But what I don't understand is, like, this is all a freedom for me. This is like my personal journey. So like even you, like, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know how to do like education on the side of the road, or like answer your questions, like why I do what I do, why I am the person I am, like why you do what you do, why you're the person you are, and how you can't see that by coming up to a man and trying to identify him. Like a piece of plastic doesn't identify me. That's not me. I am me. You're looking at me. The eyes are like the true identification. Like, so this is just how I roll. So why would you think that I would need those things, or why do you think that's better to offer?
She's the glazed look, dude. I'm not saying I'm articulate, but dude, she just doesn't give a fuck what I'm saying.
For little plastic things and look people up to identify them instead of looking them in their eyes, being a human being with someone. Because that's part of the thing, is they want to process that name, that all caps name, through the system. Like when you say you identify, oh, I'm that all caps name on a thing. But this seems to be making no sense to you, so I don't know. This is why.
Okay.
But you guys have to deal with this stuff, I feel like, daily. Like, otherwise you just deal with slaves that just, like, the words you commit, submit, comply, obey, do whatever you guys say to do. And so that's why you guys get the idea that what you're doing is normal. It's okay. But it's not. And that's why there's people like me that resist and do things. But you seem to not be interested, even though you were.
I'm listening to you, man. I 100% listening. Could tell you everything you just said, actually.
I mean, they ask, but then they just go blank. And
I can tell you everything you just said, actually. She reminds me of someone, man. I like this lady.
The face, they really don't care. It's like, but I really am shocked. You don't deal with people that don't ID. You just deal with slaves that just do whatever you guys want all day, every day.
No, we deal with a little bit of everything.
Okay. How long you been an officer?
Long enough to know my laws and know my rules and.
But you don't want to answer questions, right?
You don't want to answer my questions.
Well, that's the thing. You're a public servant, and you came knocking on my window, right? You got the outfit on, right? You got the guns and everything.
I gave you came knocking. You needed to know my name and badge number.
Right, but you don't want to give anything else, right?
No, sir.
Cool. Because we're just being cool and cordial, right? You guys are just hanging out. All for safety, right?
Yeah, you can tell I'm starting to get perturbed, but it's like, would you do this thing where it's like, no, you don't want to give up your stuff? I don't give it. It's like you don't understand the power dynamic. Like, look at your like what I'm saying is true. Like, look at your costume. You guys are all armed up. You guys are fucking with me, threatening to take me to jail. You don't see the difference here? One person stands up, is exercising their rights, and you guys are not exercising your even policy to identify. You don't want to identify your first name. No, I'm not obligated to. But we're just here, shooting shit on the side of the road. We're just, just for safety, man. We're just
protecting and serving.
Protected and serving. That's all I'm doing right now. Threatening to take you to jail. There's someone shooting fentanyl, stabbing someone right around the corner. But you know what? You in this fucking car right now, we're going to protect and serve you. We're going to take you to jail. We're going to take you to investigation bureau. We're going to tow your car. We're going to protect and serve you today, boy.
Protecting and serving, right? Yes, yeah, exactly. What do you guys think, chat? Anyone want to hop up on panel? Maybe you could talk.
Might have to use protection when I serve this little skis, since she's all vaxxed up.
Talk to the officer with me again. What's your first name?
Not obligated to give that to you.
Not obligated, but you are a public servant, right? Did knock on my window, right?
Oh, bad.
She's a sweetheart. I like this lady, but she probably hasn't been on the force that long, maybe a couple years. She's probably a good person, but see, even good people, they still don't know. If they knew better, they would do better. Like, they think it's okay to just to just do this. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't just nod. Oh, you're good. Okay. Yeah, get your shit handled. Keep it going. Nah, we're gonna keep pushing it for everyone's safety.
Dude, it's crazy because if you would have just given me your name, I would have.
See, if I would have just given her name, right? You see what she says? If I'd have just committed, if I'd have just done what they wanted, I'd be okay. But if they just do what the Lord wants, maybe they'd be okay. Because I never get leveled down, right? With these interactions with these people, I always level up, right? You guys always got my back. But say, if I would have just complied, if I'd have just done what she wanted, maybe that'd be better for me. Nah, if you would just maybe listen to what I'm saying, maybe it'd be better for you. Maybe, just maybe you're making a mistake. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this to people. Maybe you're like security guard for someone you don't even know. You're a security force for an invisible entity. You're working for, you don't know, you might be working for the devil. See, if I'd have just gave her name, she said, this would have gone so much simpler. But why? Why just want to give her the name?
I'm just going to hang out with you for a minute while they
This is babysitting. While mommy and daddy walk away from the crib, I'm gonna come, make sure that you're safe and secure over here. You want to suck on my nipple? What's happening, people? Oh, I don't know, man. Well, that's what happened. Not a bad interaction. I guess I'm grateful for the interaction. It got me up, got me live streaming, got me giving you guys updates on me. It was a little different because the last time I had an interaction, that's the one I got woke up, was just like, hey, what's up? See, the other one was like way different. You see how these guys, when the other guy's like, you got to get out of the car, you're getting arrested. Oh, you don't want an ID, you're getting arrested. See how these people, these cops, they didn't want to do that. They did want the ID, but they don't just instantaneously go, okay, if you don't ID, obstruction, you're going to jail. Like last time. Whenever it was like, oh, you did so horribly, you didn't even say nothing. And the most important thing is that I didn't ID. But then when I started waking up outside of the car, when I was at handcuffs and they're putting fingerprint readers on me, that's when I was like, started getting a little more talkative. But see, this time I was more talkative though. And I was willing to go to jail. I'm thinking how much money I got, because I have been spending some money, but I'm like, okay, I think I can afford to get my car out of tow. But they were sweethearts, like basically all three of them cops. So that's the thing though, man. See, that's the thing, that's when you have strategy to how you're moving. That's why I'm in Denver though, was for a situation like that. But see, I've been getting that itch where it's like, you don't have to feel safe. You just go anywhere and do it anyways. Like, you got to be in this all the way, willing to go to jail forever, willing to beat, die, get killed. And it's so weird when you like make that conviction and you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to move freely, come hell or high water, dude. I know these interactions keep adding up. Is there warrants? Are there not warrants? What's going to happen? Am I going to go to jail for years? Like, what's happening? Go to jail forever? Get hurt someone in there, get more time. All these different scenarios. There's something when you free up, dude. It's some weird trick of faith. Like, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. And then those things either don't happen, or if they do, it's true. You keep leveling up. It doesn't get as bad as you have all this fear. You get to practice these things, because I'm like, why don't other older people just go for it and live this life? But then as I'm getting older, it's like, oh, fuck, man, you're older. And if it was so easy, if like I said, if people knew better, they do better, right? If you knew that every time you level up, that's the whole point. You don't really know, right? You don't always have all the information. Otherwise, you would always just make the right move. But there's always that fear. There's that fuck. And a lot of times you're pleasantly surprised with outcomes. I kind of like this one, like, oh, there's fear. Maybe this time I'll just roll over and keep it to myself and hand them an ID, and I don't have to live stream it, and like I was trying to do before. And like Paul was telling me, he's like, no, dude, you don't get it. It's like you can't like pick and choose when you're gonna go to jail. It's like either this is who you are or it's not. So yeah, like right now, it's like they could have just fucked my shit up. Could have towed my car. Who that, Nubs?
What's up, Brian O'Shea? Long time no see. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing better now that the cops got me out of my fucking isolation. Got me live streaming and talking a little bit, practicing some of this shit. God knew I needed that. He put them in my life real quick. I was hibernating like a bear, dude.
It's amazing how the Lord works. Truly amazing.
He sent me this little cutie pie, this female little officer. She's like, okay, Mr. No Name at the end. If that's how you're going to play it, we're going to walk away from you today and let you have your little way, Mr. No Name. But just know that we could have done this, and this to you. We could have towed your shit. We could have took you down to the Identification Bureau.
Did you tell her you could have given me a blowjob?
Blowjobs?
Blowjobs? Yeah, I mean, if she was a little cutie pie that the creator gave you and she was telling you everything she could do, that's definitely on the category.
She's like, I just don't know why. She's like, I love when they're like authentically confused and they genuinely want to know why. They're like, it just could have gone so smooth. Like, we just give you the little warning, you know, have a nice day. And that's when I'm like, yeah. I love when you're confused, sweetheart. Let me educate you a little bit. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you what. It's about being a man. It's about freedom, sweetheart. You ever deal with that in your life? You ever been around a man? You ever have your juices flowing? You know? You ever have someone just fucking excite you with their fucking convictions on life and their fucking purpose and meaning? Nah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, it's foreign, ain't it? It's like I'm speaking fucking gibberish. You've been dealing with so many inauthentic corporate beta males. Even this piss drinking bum.
I guess my thing with that is I've been working on myself a lot personally. And we know they're corporate beta bitch bullshit. Like, we know that. And you can't change stupid. I mean, we know that with Jack Calcott and Tommy and others. Like, you're not fixing stupid. So what is it that we can fix but ourselves?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that book, your Olinda book, was all about that whole concept of fix yourself and you fix the problems of the world because it fixes your world.
Yeah, man. That's why they were all about freedom, but they also didn't play, dude. They had certain little rules that might sound strange to like modern day. Like if you didn't work, like if you didn't have a child by the age of 25, you would get like cast out, dude. You would get like basically sent to this place called the tin mines. Because think about it, they're like, oh yeah, because men when they get older, they could be up to weird shit. It could be like you think, oh, you fill in the blanks, what, like pedophilia, like what? These certain rules, and they're like, oh yeah, if you're lazy, like if you don't have a job and shit, and the community has to
Brian,
like sort of take care of you.
It's not about. The thing is it's not. All right, so at least this is how I understand things. It's not about the job that you do; it's the heart that you bring to it. You know, if you're a shitty person, you're gonna do a shitty job because you're a shitty person. And the job is just a external representation of an internal crisis. it's you that's the shit. And I'm not saying you personally, but as far as human beings, it's the human being that's shitty. It's not the work. The work is a representation of, so when you don't have a job by the age of 25, it's not about not having a job. It's that you don't have personal whatever spirit, you're not a real fucking person. Like you skipped out on the fucking work. And if you don't do the work, if you don't do the internal work, what are we? We're a bunch of beta bitches, right? That's what sets the people that talk about this from the people that do this. Is the people that do this have spent the time in the fucking tent. They've spent that alone time and they've learned who they are inside. And their work is a representation. In the past year, my work quality has increased dramatically. Why? Because I, as a man, have increased in quality dramatically. They go hand in hand. There is no separation.
Yeah, that's like the great work. A lot of people hear that and be like, "Oh, it's you go around and you help others," but like the work is that's why faith without works is dead. It's like because everyone has their own. It's an individual thing. It's like some weird paradox. Like, yeah, there's community and everything, but you're here on a spiritual, individual, learning experience. Like you're here you have a mission and a reason and a purpose. It's like to learn something, to experience something.
We have work to do.
Yeah, there's work to do.
It's work.
And that's the thing is like, it's like, that's the thing, just like with the situation with the cop right here. Like it's getting like the more and more it happens, it's becoming more normal that I don't ID, but like, it's still an action of, I didn't hand them IDs. I tried to remain cordial and in honor and just stand on my square and like, have a back and forth with them, but being willing to go to jail or face whatever consequences that come along with it. Right. Like, but then that's just this situation, but then there's work outside of that. Right. Like that's not all the work. Like, that's why it's like my own demons. Like I was struggling with isolation. Like, it's weird, dude. It's like, it's weird. I'll have a success, dude. I'm like watching myself, like as a third person. I'll watch myself have a success, and then I'll watch myself pull back. And it's like I can't. It's almost like I can't
pull back. Then why?
But I know it's like this is what I'm processing. I'm watching it, and I almost can't help it. And so you start to get a little.
No. I'm asking that to ask the question, not to get an answer. I'm asking that so that later on today you can think of and ask that same question, because when you get questioned as king, you get all the answers, right? And if you're pulling
why do I pull back? No, it's a worthiness thing. I feel like I'm not worthy
because you don't love yourself inside enough. That's exactly what I'm saying. So
and that's why that's the thing. It's like I could fight for these people on the side of the road, but I got to fight for myself. Like I got to be my own parent, my own advocate. Like I got to fight.
Well, Brian, when
demons.
the plane is going down, do they instruct you to put your mask on first, or do they tell you to put Nubs' mask on?
Right, exactly, dude.
Because you can't do a goddamn thing if you're struggling for air. So when you get yourself fixed, then you can actually because think about it. Brian, give me $5,000 right now. Do you have it? No, you don't have it. So you can't give it. You can.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to observe, because it's like it helps me with empathy, because it's like, dude, if I'm observing myself and I can barely control it, and I realize like it's difficult even from the success point. Like I'm watching myself from the successful when dealing with success and how I respond to it. Like so now I'm like looking at my parents like, okay, they did this and this, but like, oh God, I'm realizing this life shit ain't that easy, bro. Because even like with the success, I have some weird fucking, It's like the electrical system's fucked up, dude. When success happens, there's some weird bypass shutdown mechanism that I have to like I have to like do some weird electrical fucking bypass system, dude, of this machine of my brain, dude. Like when it's weird, like figuring this shit out, dude.
It's all connected. That's what you got to realize. It's all connected. Like, for instance, if you're having financial problems, look at your actions. And I'm not even talking about anything related to finances. Like, for instance, if you're living a life where you're willing to take somebody lying to you, you're lying to yourself. So obviously your finances are going to be affected, because your finances have to align with who you are, just like your work and your work ethic and your work value is directly related to who you are as an individual. They go hand in hand. They are the same hand. It's not even two different sides. It's the same side, and you trick yourself out of position. Well, I've tricked myself out. I can't speak for you. I can only see what I see inside of me, because that's all I have. Like, I get why Paul says that. It's not him saying that. That's just being wise. But when you fix yourself, you fix yourself, which includes your finances.
Yeah, dude. When things are clicking, when you're in the space, it all just like the abundance just starts coming from all different angles, dude. Like the finances feel okay.
No, it
like
only comes from one angle, Brian. You're wrong. You're dead wrong on that. It comes from one angle. It comes from within you. Because your
that's what I'm saying. Like it's like a dot. It's like a dot in the center of a circle. That's what I'm saying. When you have that one thing, it's like the other stuff starts filling in the space. You know what I mean? But no, I hear you, man. It's just weird the way because like I was completely fucking on it, and then I completely go off it, and so I'm just like almost confused. It's weird. It's like I'm almost like observing myself, dude. And it's just scary. It's almost scary. It's like you lose control of yourself. Huh?
Brian, you have to do yourself. Do it. Do it. Do yourself.
Yeah.
What I'm saying by that, I'm making a joke, but not really. Because when's the last time you looked in the mirror and you honestly loved what you saw? And when was the last time that you stood there until you loved what you saw? Because that's that internal work. And until that internal work gets done, nothing will work. I can't do it for you. I can't do your fucking, I'm no Jesus. I won't do your fucking push-ups. It's not fair to you for me to take your work from you. You deserve it, and we get the reward for our work. I was having a conversation with my ex-girlfriend the other day, and we were talking about just this. And I looked at her, I was like, you remember that hike last week? You remember how happy it made me? And I went through the whole story about that hike.
Is this an actual hike or a metaphor, dude?
No, I actually took a hike. Like, I was out in the woods. I really enjoyed hiking. And she said, no, I don't remember that. Because I was in Vegas. I was like, exactly. You don't have that experience, so you cannot share in that experience. Because if you don't have it, you can't give it. And that's why I'm saying, when you're looking in the mirror, if you can't look at that thing in the mirror and say, hey, I love you, I care about you, and I've got your back, then who else will? You want to fix your finances? Love yourself.
They say, like, treat your life as if, like, you're taking care of, like, a 6-year-old. Would you, like, let a 6-year-old just, like, sleep in the car. Wouldn't you rather have a 6-year-old like
I
inside?
would let a 6-year-old get on the roller coaster. That's what I would let a 6-year-old do. And it's up to that 6-year-old to decide to get on which roller coaster. Because we all have roller coasters in our life, but which ones we get on and which ones we get off, that's our choice. What boundaries are we going to put up for ourselves and stick to? Because if you're going to bullshit yourself and tell you, oh, everything's okay, and it's not okay, do you think your body's going to listen to your words or your actions? I mean, what do we all listen to? We listen to people's actions. That's why we say, hey, Jack, you're full of shit, because your actions don't match your peaceful words.
That's why the body will sometimes the body will produce things like it's kind of like snafu. What's happening to him? Like,
Dude, do you realize I was like on my deathbed like a month ago? Not even. I thought I was dying of cancer. Spear Taco literally was about to kidnap me and drag my ass into a hospital to make sure I wasn't going to die on his fucking job site. Like, I was bad. I know it. Yes, absolutely. And if you notice what I said my ex-girlfriend. That's a recent thing. Like, that's a very recent thing because I put up those fucking borders. I put up those healthy boundaries because I stopped lying to myself, not to her. I was believing a lie, so I was lying to myself. And I just simply stopped. And all of a sudden, when that border and that boundary and that healthiness started coming in, it was a tidal wave. Like, I'm to the point where I'm going to probably come out and join you in my vehicle, and not because of out of desperation, but out of I get to go around this country at this point because my situation has changed, because I have changed. I might even go around this country just fixing people's like Unslavia. I would build Unslavia, literally. You need a fence? Let's do it. Grab me the material and I'll build it at no charge. Just show me the equity that you have. Is it scary? Sure. If you don't bring equity back, guess what? We're on these panels all the time. And I just ask, hey, did you bring that equity? No? Okay, perfect. We're good. We all know what that means. You get what I'm saying? It's about living and doing the best for it. And what out of anything in my life that I would love to do, it would be to go out and help people, because that helps me.
yeah. Like, that officer, she goes, you brought up protect and serve. That's what you're about. You wanted to stand in it? Okay, we're going to serve you today. We're not going to. But to be the real protectors and servers, bro, like the fatherly.
Well, Brian, it's an inside thing. You got to protect your inside. Like, you are your cop. You are your policy enforcement, but you are also the one that sets the policy. Like, you wear all those fucking hats as a man. That's why you're willing to die or go to a fucking box, because you're a man, right?
Right.
That's a policy, an internal policy that you have accepted, an internal God's law, per se. Truth over everything, right?
Yeah, if the laptop dies, I'm going to switch to the phone, just to give you a heads up.
My phone's probably, I'm at 26%.
Yeah, so I'll when the laptop dies, I'll switch to the phone just to let everyone know. But no, man, you're making a lot of sense. I didn't know you were going through that. That's interesting. So you're kind of correlating.
I'm not going through that. I jumped on this carnival ride, and it's been a fun ride. That's what I've done. And it's time for the carnival ride to end. That's it. I'm good with it. Like, honestly, I have never been happier and more, I don't want to say proud, but acceptant of myself. I finally, you know, instead of talking about it, this is like, I in a way, I envy you out there doing it. So I'm saying, instead of envy, why not do it my own way, the Nubs way? You're doing it the Brian way. I'm going to do it the Nubs way. And I don't care what the end result is. It's the ride that's fun. You know, I stood in this fucking line for 30 minutes waiting to get on this roller coaster. Why would I be intimidated to step onto it and go for it?
Right. It's so weird, dude. It's like a lie to yourself is like a weird thing, but then there's like, yeah, there's the unknowing. It's like, oh, if I do this, I don't know if it's gonna work out. And that's what I think holds a lot of people back. Like,
maybe, dude, I've learned over the past couple of days that maybe is the most powerful fucking force that I've ever dealt with, because it's may be. It may be, but it may be not. But it's that acceptance of the curves and of the ups and downs, because, dude, without the passion represents the tears, right? And without that passion, there wasn't anything in the first place. So you got to get rid of the passion to get rid of the problem. And if the passion was willing to take a lie from that person and lie to themselves, that's doubling down on your bullshit, because it wasn't her. She may have been acting, but she was only acting because I was willing to accept it. If I didn't accept it, 10 years ago, I would have been in this shoes or in this place 10 years ago. But I was willing to accept a lie because I was lying to myself to accept that lie. So I'm not the victim. I'm the fucking culprit. And I need to be accountable for my words and my actions. And they did not align until I chose to have them align. Metaphorically speaking, entering into that tent that Paulie talks about so fondly.
yeah, man, you're hitting on a lot of key things that, like, because I want to give like even though I'm old and like a lot of people in this community's eyes, like, but then I want to give like people older than me, I'll envision them like, oh, this 80-year-old, why don't they? But it just becomes more and more, it's more ego. You have more time invested. Like when it comes to what we're talking about, looking in the mirror, change, admit, like all these things are like painful. They're ego things that a lot of people in the community.
You're cutting out, or my signal is cut. No, you're cutting out. Hey, Brian. Did your phone die?
See, I think
There you go.
there's something about looking in the mirror and being honest. I was correlating it to something you were saying, like just the fear though of being honest with yourself, like, and then like as you get older, you have ego wrapped in, so it's harder to fucking backtrack and be honest. But it's part of it. It's part of the journey, the great work, like the alchemical thing. Like everyone has their own individual.
That
Yeah.
is the work right there. We are the fucking gold.
Yeah.
And that's why we're able to generate wealth as a result. So there is a physical aspect to it. I mean, I can't help but think, because I'm looking at people that are successful in the manner in which I am speaking about. If there is a clear case in point, that would be Paul. He went from sitting in a fucking tent, having everything, to sitting in wherever he's sitting, having everything. Like, it's the same thing. Nothing changed except for Paul. Nothing changed except the way that you see me. That's it. Because if I move forward and you do not, there is a difference, and you see it just as much as I do. And if I say, no, there isn't, then I'm lying to myself and I'm lying to them, and I'm creating a loss, injury, and harm situation because of my negligence and my ignorance. And my willing ignorance or ignorance. You know, which then it turns back to who's the problem? Who is the common denominator between all of the people that I've just put up healthy boundaries? That's me. And if I had to put up the healthy boundary, that means I didn't take care of my fence. And as a fence builder, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's so weird, dude. It's like how we start getting into these physical terms, like what you're doing right now, how you're making the metaphor, and they talk about building the New Jerusalem, which is a giant fucking box, and how, like, dude, I literally had the experience of when they passed that fucking ordinance here in Denver. They fucking passed that ordinance, dude. And it was like a block, dude. It was like some sort of connectivity. Like I said, it had nothing to do with personality. But if you had been someone that was on the road, getting pulled out of your car, you didn't hand IDs, there was a physical connection I had to you, a bond, a camaraderie that was beyond any choice or anything, dude. It's like a physical thing that happened. It was like a conk, it was like junk. It was like a physical action that happened, dude. Like,
do you see what I'm doing physically right now? This is Spear Taco. This is one of the pieces for Spear Taco's deck. And I'm literally flattening out and shaping the way I want it. What am I talking about? Flattening out and shaping the way that I want it. I'm using a chisel to remove what needs to be removed from this project, just as I'm using a chisel of life, or the word, to chisel out and make smooth and make right. There's no difference. That's what I'm saying. There is absolutely
it's all
no
the
difference.
mirrored.
One is a representation of the other.
It's like all the mirrored hologram, dude. Like when I was gardening, I was literally in a garden, but then through the process of it, like my brain just naturally went to, oh, well, what are the weeds of your life? What mentally things? So I'm like gardening, but then I'm going like, oh, and it's like probably the same thing. You're doing some sort of mechanical thing, and then you go, oh, how does it? My brain, because we're kind of a machine, right? That's what we're a temple and like a machine.
We're a bioelectric, yeah.
Which is probably what most buildings truly are. There's some sort of, because they seem to have some sort of electrical component, like these brick buildings, these old ones, these certain domes. So it's like
a building, dude, think about it. A building is set up just like a human body. There's inlets, there's outlets, it needs fed, it needs to go to the bathroom. You know, and whether that home is a house or a home, that's determined by the one that is inside it. Kind of like a definition. The definition gives you the outline of things. It does not talk about what's inside. You know, and when you're able to look at, that's what it is.
It's like it's like old architecture is like the ancestors, and it's like, I know they want to get rid of that. Yes. Like, I mean, like even in Vietnam, they did a campaign for months. I think they were bombing like old buildings, like old architecture. So like that's old ancestors. Like that's like,
no, if you look at the country that was actually getting bombed during that war, it was a country next to it, and there's a field of giant vessels, like giant jars. They were definitely looking to cover up something because they were blowing up big things. And they used a lot of bombs, more so bombs in that country than the country we were actually technically at war with.
Right, because that's why.
That's what the history says. I wasn't there, so I can't make that account, but makes sense.
that's why like when I go through this architecture, I'm like, it's so powerful. I'm like, why do they let me see this? I'm like, because I'll start gathering all types of information. I'll be like, this is too powerful. But then I'm like, oh, now I understand why they have all these quote unquote fires and destruction things or reset periods, and like how they would do like a bombing campaign in Vietnam. I'm like, because this is just like a picture tells 1,000 words, right? Because sometimes I'll look at this shit, and I'm especially in particular like the electrical component looking things. Like I got it around me, like those domes or like some of these cathedrals. They have like these nodule, and it looks like there's nothing other to explain it. They could be like, oh, it's some fancy ornamental, but it looks more functional.
It's
Like,
all
why are all these
functional.
copper domes?
It's
Right.
it's all functional. Think about it. All right, so I'll take this second for it. All right, so in these stairs were built correct according to the time, but there's 3 stringers, just 3. These stairs produce something for this deck. Okay, so just like an electrical system, it serves a function. And if it's not put in with extra support, then it will start to crack and it will start to break, just like the human does when there's not the proper support. There's no difference. It is a change of venue. It does not change anything past that venue. The characters are all the fucking same in every situation. You know, that's why you can have a river that flows and a currency and have banking terms, but yet also be talking about a river as it flows. You can also talk about the heart as it flows. It's all the same damn thing. It's just different venues.
Yeah, and it's like this coded speech, like that Paul could do. He could mock someone or humiliate them right to their face, and the person would know. And it's like people don't understand their set and setting, but you could be like talking. We could be talking in front of a third person, and we'll be talking about a river, but me and you know we're talking about something else. And so it's a way of like having not, you know, like in the CIA they have forms of communication that are like covert. Like you could have a covert communication, but on like a spiritual level. Like that's where like a parable would be or something. Like I'm gonna talk to you about this. Like
there's always different aspects to what you're saying. And that's what I'm saying. It's a change of venue. So if you and I are thinking of one venue and he's thinking of a third venue or a second venue, we can actually have 3 different conversations about 2 different venues, and it would all make sense because it's all about
that's how you could get into like in the 2D world and the 3D world and the 4D world. That's why you could have 4 people in a conversation. 2 of them could be talking 2D, 2 of them could be talking 3D, or they could all be talking together, but some people would be on, like in terms of geometry, right? Like we're saying how things are geometrical, buildings. So now we're taking conversations, thoughts, spirituality into like a physical block. We're talking 2D, 3D, 5D. Like it's like how you think. It's not what you think, but how you think. If you think on a higher level, then you're thinking like in 4D, 5D. And you could be talking to people and talking to other people, and two of the people talk on a 5D level, 2 of them talk on a 2D. No one knows on the 2D level what's going on, but the 2 people on the 5D just communicated way more information and just had a whole different conversation in front of other people.
Same conversation, different venue. Same
conversation. It's like perspective.
The words didn't change. Yes, it's about the perspective. The way that you see me will change. My physical state will not change.
And that's what like these Freemasonry, when they do their hand signals and they do this shit, like you could go into a courtroom and you could have signaled to the judge that you're both in part of Freemasonry. There's probably a way. I'm sure that they know that, you know, and it's like these forms of communication, right? We're talking about indirect, direct. We're talking about communication, right? Community. They say that most of the communication's indirect. So if you're holding up a little, if your energy's, you know, weird, that whole interaction with the cops earlier, it was an energy thing, right? I was nervous. They were a little nervous. Fucking.
And what are you nervous of? You're nervous of losing something that you don't have in the first place that's not yours, your life.
So you lose your power, right? So you're not understanding, right? So me, yeah, like we're talking about different levels of communication. Me communicating with myself, having an understanding of that situation, right? The understanding of the situation is you have all the power.
Think about
Just
it.
like in a
What they
courtroom,
did
dude,
is
that judge who slaves everyone up. People got to stand there and go, no, dude, you don't have the power. You're a neutral. You're a neutral force, right? Bring it back to the mechanism. That's why I asked the judge. You're neutral, right? So you don't have a charge, right? So I'm the man, right? I'm charged up with the energy of life, right? As a man, you're a neutral. You're a neutron. I'm an electron. I'm a man. Where's the other fucking particle that's not neutral that's coming up against me in this court? There isn't? Okay, so I have all the power. I have all the charge. So I discharge this case, this situation. I'm discharging the energy. I'm using my energy to tell you that you have no energy. You have no power. No matter what you do, sentence me to life, prison, capital punishment. Doesn't matter.
Think about the word that you're missing in that whole thing. You're missing the word a battery. They caused a battery to create a charge. You gave them no charge to store in the battery.
Yeah, what's up when you're battered? You're violated. You're battered. You're injured.
Right, and you're stored. It's stored.
Yeah, so you could store the injury. They could injure me at any time. They'll just store it. They have it for later. I want to hurt you later. I'm gonna do battery. I'm gonna fucking injure you later, not just now. You're like a food storage. You're like a commodity to me of injury, loss, injury, or harm that I could fucking access whenever I want.
It's a value storage. It's about the labor. Because this world is not what we think it is. It's about the fucking labor. It's about the energy. Because what is money? Money is a direct correlation to energy. What energy are you putting forth to get the money that you have?
So then
You're just exchanging.
The living water, so be the river. I'm always like, damn, I love rivers. I love to live near a river. You get power from it. Then be the river, motherfucker. Like we're saying, put the metaphors together. Now I got to start contemplating, what does a river do? A river flows. A river will take, like, you know, if it gets stopped, it just keeps going, though.
A river transports.
Yeah, it does a lot of shit, right?
Cleans.
So I got to be the living water. That's why probably Christ, the living water, he's the river. Be the fucking river. And then all the attributes that are good about a river and the spiritual qualities, then bring them into the reality of what I am.
You're missing it. You missed a big part. You said all the good things. That's not it. The middle way has the bad things.
Yeah, it's for the seed to grow. If I'm gonna plant seeds, I need dirt, right? Or I need something for the seed to fucking grow out of. So yeah, you can't miss the duality. You can't be Jack Talcott about it. You gotta be fucking.
You know, I feel bad for that guy. He's got all these analogies that are pinned to loser failuredom because he chooses not to choose better for himself. They know not what they do.
If you knew better, you do better. Yeah, Jack Talcott would be scary, bro. Like, go the other way, dude. Become like evil cop, dude. That's just fucking wild. I don't know, dude. It's just I guess he is. Yeah, he's being evil cop. Yeah.
That way. It is that he is that way. What is evil? To tell lies, right?
Right. Or maybe I was scared. I was like, go the other way, because we're all probably scared of Jack being a full potential cop. That's what most people are scared of, because we see full potential. No, I'm saying like in terms of a like we
humans. He threatened genocide towards humanity because he didn't like the accountability that I was giving him. I am not scared of a bitch.
No, I'm saying like scared because it's almost like it's easy to put him down, but if he reached potential, then we would have no excuse to reach ours. So we'd be forced to be like motivated and inspired by that. But like,
I would love for Jack to actually do what he talks about. That's why I ride his ass so much. If he would actually do what he says, I would have nothing to say. Because he would have no dog shit in his backyard that he's telling me is not dog shit. He would just simply tell me nothing. But since he's going out, just like with that $100 bet that Paulie and I had, that wasn't even a fucking bet. I got into it with my ego because I wanted to crush Jack. What did it do? It harmed me. It harmed that relationship with Paul because I was not accountable for that action. I let my mouth talk, but my hands not work. That was me. and I wanted to put it on Jack. But it always comes back to the fucking Brian show, dude. This is your show. Just like it's Snub's show when it's my show. It changes venue. That's everything is the same. It's not hard to fucking learn. It's checkers. It's not chess. It's not 5D chess. It's fucking checkers. Move forward. You know, it's a life of maybe. Maybe has so much fucking potentiality and possibility. It's unbelievable. And
Yeah, it's like
people. An anagram for that word. There's so many. MABY. Mind altering. Body. I mean, there's all sorts of fucking analogies. And then you run with that until it doesn't work anymore. And then you find something that makes you, you know, like that rekindles that fire within you, because the fire is always inside of you. Your equity is always inside of you. Everything that you need is already inside of you. The food that you want is already in the energy. Like you're just transmuting the energy. That's all it is. But it all comes from fucking Brian. Every bit of it. There's not a single thing that comes out of your life that you have not ordained, created, or accepted. Good, bad, and indifferent. It's the fucking roller coaster that you sat in line for, to wait for, and we just bitch about the bad times because we don't remember that the bottom drops out in roller coasters, and it's fun.
Yeah, we want to talk about gardening and the vegetables, but we don't want to talk about the dirt and the bugs and the scrubs and the nubs and the fucking drugs and
the
the
nematodes that create the garden ability. Yeah. It's that mirror work. When you can stand in front of the mirror and say you love that person and believe it and feel it. And I'm talking about feel it in your spirit, feel it in your stomach, feel it in your fucking heart, feel it in your mind. You're transmuting literal life to your body by accepting who you are. We all say we're not perfect, but yet we hold this mentality of perfection. Well, if you're not willing to do it, if you're not willing to step up to the fucking plate, why even try to lie to yourself and trick yourself out of position in the first place? You've caused yourself more detriment by doing so. And you're 10 steps behind. You know, and I'm only speaking from my own perspective because that's all I have. You know, this is what I've been engaging with in life for years now. I thought I loved myself until I decided to really love myself and go deeper into that inner work. I started doing that and started asking fucking questions, and I started getting answers. And it wasn't the answers that I thought I was going to get. I thought I was a good man. I thought I was equitable. I thought a bunch of things. I guess I'm not good at thinking when it comes to those things. Guess I need to improve my abilities because nobody else is going to. Paulie can't improve my abilities. Paulie hasn't done a damn thing for me except for tell me that I was fucking up. And then showing me by his example of living right choicely to do better for myself. And who knows, maybe I'll do better than Paul, and who knows, maybe I'm not even in fucking competition. So I really don't even care.
Yeah, but what I've been getting off on is it's not a competition, but it's the statement of greater things than I shall you do. But then if you go out and do some badass shit, but it's like you're doing it like, because I know someone else is going to do even more. So it's like, okay, really? Watch this. Watch. You're going to do more than this? That's awesome, though. That's fucking awesome. And I believe it. So watch this. Watch. Then you surprise yourself. Okay, how much can I do? I know this is like talking. You got to fucking... You gotta be about the action, but it's like
deck, and if we're building a deck, right? And you come to me with 5 boards, and I come to you with 10 boards, and we put all those boards up, what do we have? Do we have individual, or do we have a common deck that we can all enjoy? It's about it like, as you move up in who you are, it improves the macro, or the macro, because as you are living right choicely, it inspires me to bring more wood to the deck. It's not a necessity, it's a necessity within myself, and I am giving. That's why there's no tax on giving, right? Because it's from the heart. You're dealing it with different types of equity when you're dealing with extended friends and family. You've built equity with those people so that they want to give you their energy to continue your energy. But that's all it is we're talking about energy. That's it. Nothing else. We can call it whatever we want, but at the end of the day, your labor is your energy, your life force. So when I,
because it's only going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to energy and electromagnetism. So it's like the energy would be that charge. So yeah, it's just that faith. It's like that go, move. That's the energy. And then there's going to be an electromagnetic charge. Things are going to be moving around, and some are going to be magnetized towards others.
absolutely. It's just, you need to make sure that those bonds that become covalent bonds are not, make sure that it's a mutual benefit, and where you're exerting your energy is where your passions lie.
Yeah, because otherwise it could be cancer. If it's like you're magnetized to a spot that's not mutually beneficial, that becomes like superfluous.
And what is
And it could be
cancer? The
clogged.
growth of cells that shouldn't be happening. And what are cells? Cells are a way to contain something.
So that river, dude, don't become stagnant. Flow that river. If you're stagnant, the water gets dirty and diseased. So just keep it moving, keep it flowing. Sometimes you might have to float on it, or sometimes you're the river pushing the dude on the raft. You're the power.
You're both. You're always both. There is no separation, dude. That's what you're missing. There is no separation. You are the river, and you are the river boatman. It's
So if you can walk out water, that's how you walk out water.
Absolutely.
And that's how you calm a turbulent sea.
Absolutely. And you can physically do these things if you have the physicality and the spirituality and the faith. Like, these are all interchangeable.
You don't think if the right person walked into Mr. Bowtie's courtroom, he wouldn't get right in line and that person would walk out of there?
I would never want to see, but I would love to see the way that Paul would handle that situation.
Yeah, and maybe it's not even Paul. Maybe there's other people. You know, Paul would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul would get my vote, obviously, if I had to choose a draft like a team. But I'm saying maybe there's another person who, just because of his fucking
Paul.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like that's the thing. It's like there's an understanding, but then there's there's the variety, because some people deliver things in different ways. Things are packaged in different ways. You know what I mean? I mean, there's the underlying core truth, but then there's, you know, it's like a building, dude.
There's the presentment.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, Paul could go in front of that dude, and that dude could fucking, you know, and it not work out how we consider favorably for us. Like, the dude could fucking railroad Paul or whatever. But then some other guy who basically has the same truth, but like for whatever reason,
Right, yeah. And that's
fucking,
I'm not necessarily saying Paul per se. I'm saying the energy that Paul represents, the truth that Paul proceeds out of his mouth, the Tao, you know, the internal work.
right? But yeah, basically what we're saying, yeah, because like that's what would be coming in front of the dude. I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce of my first main point was that, like, I would love to see that guy sort of like, we would see, yeah, Paul would be Paul would, it would probably happen if Paul, yeah, that would be awesome to see Paul do that.
I wouldn't want to see Paul in a courtroom in that sense. I don't think he would ever put himself in that position. But that spirit of equity going in before the court on open, you know, quote unquote YouTube or whatever, to show that to the public.
Yeah, I mean, if these things,
the thing about
yeah,
it is though you would only light one spark. Nevertheless, you can burn a forest down with a single spark.
yeah, dude, because
I mean,
like I think those are the perfect videos. Those are the perfect videos. Those are probably the next wave, dude. It's like, yeah, someone like Paul, and then getting a certain judge, and then yeah, it's gonna be like the 100th monkey effect, dude. Because like we could tell these judges, like Slavin's already like, yeah, I'm a sovereign citizen. You know, these. And you also got to realize, bro, that sometimes these people want shit to crumble. Like, it seems like they're trying to spark shit. Like, they want instigation between people and police. They want the courts to fall. Like, it's part of their reset mechanism, dude. They want everything to go.
No, it's part of the roller coaster, man. They can't do anything that you're not willing to let them do. Don't get tricked out of position.
Or true that. But I'm just saying they're. Yeah, why? Yeah, that whole Barry does.
Box. Are you in a box in your mind, or are you as free as a bird? If they can only trap your body and they're doing it without equity, they have consequences to pay.
Yeah, that they does give over power. When we say they, it does. We're talking about the power, the charge. I guess it's something you got to be mindful of always. Like, am I on my square? Am I in the power? Where's the power coming from in this situation? Is like, it's like reading the room, reading the situation. That's like the Paul harps on, or what he does to people. It's like, you can't read the room, you can't read the situation.
You just said on my square. You're not on your square. You are your square.
Right, like you are that big block, that New Jerusalem. Oh, we got to build a New Jerusalem. But like, by what you're saying, then you are you are that giant. Do you know what that thing is? Have you seen the specs of that thing on the Earth? Like, based on a globe Earth, like how big that fucking thing is, that New Jerusalem. Are you familiar with that New Jerusalem object from the Bible?
I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm just wondering if you
would have gotten off on a tangent with it and told you that Jesus was coming back, and that's not today.
Yeah, but
I can't.
But I'm saying, are you aware of the immensity of that object, the way it's described in the Bible? Are you aware of how big it is?
I am aware of the account that is not mine. Yes.
So basically, if the Earth was a globe and you looked at it, you would see that fucking object as a big fucking block square. That's how big it is. That's what they're saying. Like, you need to build this thing. It's a giant square, just insanely ginormous. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of miles, whatever the fuck it is, big and long, and it would just like, it would be like some weird object just on the side of the fucking Earth, dude.
Yeah, Brian, Jesus isn't coming back to save you. You're here to save you. I don't even mess with it. Like,
well, yeah, physician heal thyself. That's what I say. Oh, did you see a doctor? It's like, people got to be so well-rounded in everything, dude. You got to be well-rounded in everything. You got to be able to go to court. You got to grow something. You got to deal with your woman.
We're men.
Like, dude, they want people to compartmentalize.
How many hats does a man wear? He wears every one he needs to. Body, mind, and spirit. All three. So any hat that isn't consumed with those three things is a hat that a man has to wear, or they're not a man. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't put that fucking mask on and the plane is going down, you're fucked. If you don't put that mask on in the courtroom, doing the same thing, preparing for yourself, you're fucked. The common denominator is always you. It's the Brian Show. Starring and produced by Brian, not Nubs. I'm just here as a special guest. Special guest appearance.
You're that weird Timmy cousin from, if my life was a sitcom, you'd be And it was Different Strokes was the name of the sitcom. You'd be that cousin Timmy with the glasses, that weird kid that comes over every now and then. Remember that kid, cousin Timmy with the
Yep.
bowl haircut? Or
You know what's really funny about that? There's a lot of truth to that. I'll put it that way. There's a lot
yeah,
of
what was
truth
up?
to that.
What was up with that Timmy dude? He was having problems with his parents, and he came to live with the Drummonds for a little bit. What was that?
That was all that was is it look into Nubs's life. That's what that was. The story is not different. It just changes venue and characters. The storyline, the script is always the fucking same.
It's pretty awesome what happened to all the characters from that show, huh? The one dude became a drug addict. The other chick, like, overdose, died. She was some sort of prostitute. The other dude was fucking making fun of her for being a security guard, just working a normal job. Little midget kid. I don't know. Did he die? That kid?
I don't pay attention to that shit, man. If
Dude,
slaves
I'm at
wanna do
1%.
things, that's up to slaves.
Fuck, dude, my phone's at 1%, and I don't want to fucking have the phone turn off because then the stream will just be in fucking limbo land without being ended. So I think I gotta end it, dude. But yeah,
Well, my
thanks to the
phone was
police.
just at 2%, and I plugged it in, so that might be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think I got any more juice or anything. That's a good idea. I'm gonna plug it in anyways to this. Cause let's see if we get some juice out of it. Get
Well,
the
think
chart.
about that. Even with that, as men, we're running it to the very end and hoping for the best results, and maybe it'll shut off. You know, that's how I live my life, honestly. Right up to the very last drop of gas, and then I pull into the fucking gas station. Maybe. It's the
Or maybe
ride,
we're
dude.
going downhill. Put
It's
it in the
all
river and
about the
float
fucking
there.
ride.
All right, dude. I'll see you on the river raft, bro. Lazy
Fuck
River.
yeah. No,
All
not
right,
the
I'm gonna
lazy
end this
river. I
motherfucker.
like whitewater. It's more fun.
Yeah, lazy rivers are Talcott rivers. We need fucking.
Talcott's not even on this fucking river, dude. He doesn't even know it existed. You can't give what you don't have, and he don't have it.
Talking about the river while we're fucking whitewater rafting people around. All right, dude. Final words. Get out of here. All right, I'll see you later. I gotta kick you out.
Peace.
All right, later.
I'm too far.
Yeah, I kicked him out because I'm running out of juice here. All right, you guys are pretty cool. Thank you to the police for getting me out of my fucking isolation, forcing me back into reality. I got scared of my doing well there and like kind of fucking doing the man on the street shit and doing well, and then I got all, I don't know, got all freaked out and scared or something. I don't know what the fuck has been happening. I guess it happens, but you guys are all right. Thank you to the police for allowing this stream to happen. Maybe something will come of this. You guys are pretty cool. Decent interaction with the police earlier. All right, I gotta end this. My phone's gonna die. I don't want to be in limbo. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.